This episode is brought to you by KJ Aesthetics. Let KJ Aesthetics transform your eyes with their beautiful lash sets. Whether you're going for the natural flutter or the bold drama look, KJ Aesthetics is the perfect lashes to elevate your beauty. Get the gorgeous lashes that you've always wanted and mention this ad for 15% off. Head over to Instagram at KJ Aesthetics or text her at 806-893-7171 and tell her it's the JP Lopez Show.
Are you ready? Let's get it on!
It's the JP Lopez Show.
What's up, bastards? I always say, what's up, fuckers? I'm going to change it up. What's up, you bastards? We're just coming off of the live show, so when this airs, it'll probably be a couple weeks from the live show. So, but anyways, I had a fun fucking time. I just didn't get to soak it all in. Up into the live show, we had my vacation. I came back from vacation straight to work, overnight shift for a whole week, and then had like 2 days off. Hustled to get that live show up and running. Did the live show, went back to work that fucking next day.
Really?
Overnight, and then tonight's my first night off.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm probably looking at like 4 days off total in like a month since, yeah. And like I said, I haven't really soaked it all in.
It's exhausting just thinking about
Like people
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
text me all this like good shit, and I was just so tired and so like out of it that I never replied, and then I felt like an asshole. And then a couple of days ago, I was replying to all the messages, and I was like, "My bad, man. Like I just been fucking out of it." And
Is there anything you would have done different? Like in hindsight?
definitely chose a different site.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. I asked Roy how much he paid, and I don't know why he would lie. You know what I mean? And then I know what I paid, and it's damn near double. And someone seems to think that they were just taxing me because they knew I had it.
Really?
Yeah. And like, there's no contract or nothing. You just pay it, and then you go from there. So I was like, nah, I don't think that's a good business practice if that's what they did, especially if that's what Roy pays, and then he's not even in the studio with them. So they can't tell me, well, he got a discount because he's a part of our studio.
Right.
So I'm like, nah.
Wow.
That sucks.
But legit almost double what he paid. And then I had to rent chairs. Those chairs that were in there, they were all rented.
You had to rent chairs
Yeah, I had to,
from
we had
them
to
or
rent
somewhere
like
else?
almost 70 chairs.
From them?
No, hell no.
Oh, somewhere else.
Thankfully, San Juan knew a guy that owns a event
Like an event hall?
hall,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Let me check," because everywhere we were looking, it was like $3 a chair.
I'm in the wrong business.
And then
$3 a chair?
$3 a chair, and then a delivery fee.
And if you're gay, you get 4 for the price of one. You just flip it upside down.
Flip it upside down for chairs. So, anyways, he got with that dude. That dude was like, "We don't have an event that night," so I think we got him at $2 a chair.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, and it all worked out. First time dipping your toe in the water, getting your feet wet.
Good shit. That's good shit.
Knowing what I know now, I think I'm just gonna change the venue. Because it was hot as fuck. They were supposed to. They told me they were gonna get AC installed. When I got there, they were like, "Oh, we didn't get to it. Sorry." And
Figured out.
And then I'm not sure, and I'm not talking shit. Like, really, I'm not. But you know, Roy has his live shows there all the time. When I told them I'm expecting 100 people, it was kind of like they got mad. Like, you're not gonna have that many people in here. You know what I mean?
I see.
And I'm like, and she was like, what, how many people RSVP'd and blah, blah, blah. And I told her, what the fuck do you mean? And then she's like, you didn't send a Facebook invite or an event. You didn't create an event. And I go, no. Well, you need to create an event so that way you know how. And I'm like, bitch,
You're gonna tell me how to run my own thing?
Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when's the second one coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, man, I can't wait for the next one. And I'm thinking, fuck, if y'all knew how stressful the first one was, I don't know if
Yeah.
I can go through that much stress again, like back to back to back. So maybe in a few months, I don't know. Maybe in a few months, I'll even start thinking about putting on a new one.
Girl, but we had a good time.
I mean, believe me, I had a great
No,
time.
it was
a
yeah.
fucking fun fucking time.
I imagine the stress, though, man.
I don't think I got home until like 3.
Really?
Me too, yeah.
And thank God for my son. You know me. You know I'm not. I take care of all my shit. I showed up. I went home without a shirt. Like I had my shirt off. I couldn't tell you where the fuck my camera gear was at.
Oh, it's the worst feeling, dude. That's the worst.
Knew where nothing was at. And then I woke up in a panic, like, oh, fuck, like, where's all this shit? And she's like, Isaiah brought it. Like, go back to sleep. Shut the
Shout
fuck
out
up.
to you.
That's the
Yeah.
worst feeling, dude. When you kick it pretty hard, and
Yeah.
like the next thing you're checking your like,
Like,
where's my
where's my
phone?
wallet?
Where's my wallet? Then you find that, and then you see the receipts
Yeah.
from the bar tabs. That's the worst feeling, dude. It's like,
fuck.
man,
I was a millionaire last night.
dude, I've run up like $300-$400 tabs at Dollar Night,
Easy,
dude,
bro.
at the library.
Easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dollar Night where I just get caught in the moment. And I'm like,
That's
hey,
this
you want
fucker.
shots? Y'all want shots?
Yeah.
That's this
Before I-
fucker right over there.
Yeah.
There's Jeremy.
I do
That's
that all
the
the
worst
time, bro.
feeling, man. Because I'll drink, but not like that.
Yeah.
It's just I turn into everybody's friend. you
There's
know?
been a lot of times where I've showed up late and Jeremy's already sauced up, and I show up. He's like, "What's up? Let's take shots. Let's take a shot."
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
the worst.
So I was pre-gaming for the last hour. You see?
I went to Wall Wings one night on the fight night, and then I showed up, and he's like, "Let me go get some Black and Miles." I was like, "No, man." He's like, "No, I'm gonna go get Black and Miles. We'll take some shots."
Cool. You're like, nah. All right.
And he went.
I'll show up with like a whole peg. Come on. Let's go outside.
That's where we met that dude that parks outside. Remember?
Which one?
Every fight night he says he gets there early and he parks outside in the patio and he parks right in front of the TVs.
Tight move,
and he
bro.
stays in his car and he watches the fights.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
that's
because he
even
was coming
better.
outside to smoke.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. He would just come smoke and then he'd go back in his truck and he'd be
That's a
off.
smart move,
That's
dude.
legend shit right there.
Every
yeah.
fight he
Yeah.
said he does that.
Yeah.
Dude, you got the AC.
I bet he drinks in his car too.
Oh, you got, yeah.
I bet.
They don't get any. Dude, you know what?
I'm gonna go steal his spot.
That's a good idea, bro.
Be like, hey, bro,
I'm
I
like,
heard
bro,
you.
if you just knew what crack stream was, you could stay at home and do
Yeah, I
this
know,
shit.
for real, though. Dude, I haven't ordered a UFC fight. And, dude, I was one where every fight, I was one of those I'd order. I wouldn't
Yeah.
miss one. And once they went to, like, ESPN where you have to have the app, and then I watch them on, like, TikTok, Instagram, whatever,
I get
allegedly.
it. I get it because
Allegedly.
he helps out a little bit with those fight nights that are free. But if you legit bought every pay-per-view, you're fucked, man. He comes out with what, $80,
$80 on top of
$90 a
your
month,
subscription?
and sometimes twice a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, bro. Who's
Yo.
paying that?
I don't know who is anymore.
Yeah. Netflix is now gonna have the Canelo fight,
Oh, for real?
which I'm worried
Crawford.
because
Yeah.
you got everybody and their mama gonna jump on that because it's
Yeah.
free. So remember the Jake Paul fight where
So
it
that
all
was the
buffering?
introduction. That was, yeah, you're
And
right,
you're like,
dude.
fuck, man.
Yeah, they couldn't keep up with
Eric
it.
couldn't even watch it. Like his Netflix didn't even load. He
Because
was
the
like,
bandwidth?
he was texting us in the group chat, "Is y'all's Netflix working?" And we were like, "Yeah." And his never loaded. He had to go to like, I think he said another room, another smart TV where it actually loaded. But
Really?
in his living room, it didn't even load.
So how does that work, man? So, like YouTube, right? There's billions of people watching
Yeah.
YouTube at one moment. Would it have to be something like that?
It'd have to be.
where,
Netflix would
they just
have to know that's what the fuck is gonna happen.
just assume there's, because that Jake Paul fight, everybody had those issues.
I don't even know what a Netflix subscription is. Do y'all know?
It's like 15 or 20.
Because every month my bill goes up with
Yeah.
Netflix, so
Yeah.
I don't even know how much it is.
I don't
I
even
still
know
use my
either.
brother, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll call him.
I
and
paid
ask
for
him.
like 3 of them, like for me, my mom, and my mother-in-law.
Do y'all remember the subscription where they mailed you the DVDs? And it reminded me of Redbox.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I did that all the time.
But can you imagine or can you think that Redbox is already a thing of the past? Because
And it happened so quick.
so quick.
I remember having a conversation with my wife, like, man, we should pull a little bit out of our savings and buy a red box and put it somewhere. Like it was a legit thought, and man, I'm glad we didn't do that because it just came and went so quick, dude.
But they scored their money. I mean,
Yeah.
99-cent movies.
Yeah, because I'm sure they paid for their machine like 10 times over by
Yeah.
the time it
You
went
see
to-
like shit on YouTube where convenient, because I watch a lot of bourbon hunting videos, and he'll pass by a bunch of abandoned convenience stores, and you see a red box right there, and you know that ain't working. No one's gonna go to that.
I
But
heard somebody say that they were tied to the building, like their electricity wise. Like,
oh shit.
yeah, I saw something like that saying that all the red boxes that they're somehow connected to like the Walgreens.
You're paying a
There's-
quarter of their
I don't know how-
electric because you have
something
a
like
fucking
that, dude.
red box.
It's kind of like when we see random old school phone booths.
Oh yeah.
That's the red
Yeah.
box. Now you find one of those.
But
here and
see,
there.
it took forever for that to phase
To
out.
phase out,
Right.
yeah.
Redbox phased out
real quick.
Couple
quick.
years, yeah.
I don't even know if anyone still. Do they even sell DVDs still?
Dude,
I
they're
stream everything.
yeah, everybody.
Like, if you wanted to buy a movie, like a new one that comes out, do they still make DVDs?
I think they do, man. But
Yeah, I don't.
Walmart still sells them and
Yeah.
shit like that. But DVD players is where eventually they're going to stop making those
I saw
for a while. At least.
there's one Blockbuster Video open in the United States.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
one still trying to like keep it alive.
In Washington or
I
something?
don't remember where.
I think it
bro.
is on the West Coast, like
Yeah.
either Oregon or Washington. Yeah,
somewhere over
or Alaska.
Somewhere.
Might be Alaska.
They got one person in Alaska trying to keep it alive. There ain't nothing else to do over there.
It's Friday night. Oh yeah.
Y'all going on any vacations this summer?
Not that I know of, not yet.
No.
If I do, it'll just be a weekend thing where we take off and come back.
You going to Vegas?
Yeah. This weekend.
This weekend?
yeah, I leave Friday.
Oh,
Oh
hell
hell
yeah.
yeah!
Yeah. It's a bachelor/bachelorette party.
Ah.
I mean, they're gonna be hoes. I mean, they might be attached. I mean, I'm gonna spend money. I don't know.
I mean, I might have fun.
I ain't got no money.
I can't party like that anymore, bro.
For real?
I don't got it in me, man. I don't.
I can.
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Well, because like Vegas is a different. Like last time we went, by the time I get out of the plane, I'm already buzzing. You know, because I'm
Oh,
just throwing it
because
back on
yeah.
the plane. The time difference messes me up. You know, because there's a little bit of a time difference. So I get out, the heat hits you, dude. Like I gotta. By the time it's 10 o'clock over there, I'm already done.
Yeah.
I'm done, dude. Yeah, and then
I
the
ain't
next
gonna-
day I'm hungover. So you know, you gotta. I don't got it in me, bro. Like I used to.
Me too.
There's
bro.
something in the air in Vegas for my wife, bro. I mean, because she's in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock every fucking day. We go to Vegas, she don't sleep, bro.
Really?
Ever. It's like 4 in the morning. She's like, "What are we gonna do next?" I'm like, "Go to fucking sleep. That's what we're gonna do next." Fuck.
Dude, I had a panic attack in Vegas one time, because
Oh,
that's what
those are
happened.
the worst.
Well, so that's what I did. We
Did
got
you
on
know
the
what it
plane.
was?
No, I
Thought it
had
was a
no
heart
idea.
attack,
dude.
huh?
I was so
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got drunk on the plane, you know, because my boy Greg had a bunch of like frequent flyer miles, so like, or those tickets, right? So he was just boom tickets, and so I caught a nice buzz on the plane. We get to our hotel room, change. Well, we're pre-gaming because
Were you drinking beers or liquor?
everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, I was drinking everything, dude. And so we do that. We go out to the club. No, I'm lying. We get to the room. I'm already kind of like winding down. Like, yeah, like we just barely changing and stuff. I'm ready
Who's
to
ready
chill.
to take a nap?
Yeah, dude. And so we start drinking in the room, and then we go out to the club, and dude, I'm done, bro. Like I'm done. And it's barely 10 o'clock. It's like 10 o'clock. And so we go back to the room. I don't remember for what. And then we're gonna go hit another spot up. And so I'm ready to go to bed. So Jan's like, just drink one of those 5-hour energy shots. And so I drink one of those, and dude, I'm just wired, bro. The rest of the night, I'm laying in bed and I start freaking out because I don't know, dude. I'm laying in bed, but I feel like our room's swaying like that, and I'm like, I didn't know I was afraid of heights. You know, and I'm freaking out. I'm telling Jen, I go, hey, can you feel the room swaying? And she's like, what? Go to sleep. And I'm like, I can't sleep. And I'm like, we need to find a room on the first floor tomorrow, man. I'm freaking out. There's not any rooms on the first floor, dude. I had a full-blown panic attack laying in bed at like 5 in the morning, dude, where I was drunk.
I need Caesar's room.
Yeah, I need his actual room, dude. Yeah, dude. It messed me up, man.
Fuck this palace. I need Caesar's room.
I need his actual room, bro. Yo, I had never had a panic attack before until that day. It freaked me out.
Never had a panic attack, and then when I had one, I legit thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh, that's
Because I thought to myself, what the fuck? Like, oh, fuck, I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah.
And apparently, if you think you're having a heart attack, you're not having a heart attack.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because you'll know when you're fucking. It tripped me. It just blew.
Yeah.
And then it caused my anxiety. Because that was the birth of my anxiety.
Really?
Yeah.
That was your first.
The first thing, and then from there, I had real bad anxiety.
That was the only time I've ever experienced that, but it was awful, bro.
Yeah.
Like I freaked out.
Yeah, panic attacks were no joke, man.
Yeah, bad.
I hated that. And then when I went through my gallbladder issues, I went through another phase of, and they'll tell you that populations or whatever, felt like my heart was always beating real fast. And I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And they're like, oh, it's they gave you a pamphlet to read it, but a lot of it triggered to your gallbladder issue. So when people when they're younger they will tell me I'm having those symptoms, like, dude, check your gallbladder out. Like, get that checked out, because that sometimes it can trigger that, because I don't know why it does, but it did for me. But yeah, after that I haven't had one since. But that was the worst feeling. Hearing you talk
Have
about
you had
it.
your gallbladder removed?
Yeah,
You did?
They had to put a stent in mine. I still got that stent. I'm supposed to take it out, but they never take it out.
What?
so.
If it's removed, why do they need a
So-
stent in it?
It's
So
a
what happened-
common bile duct.
Yeah, so when it first happened, like, I was in the hospital for 7 days for a damn. It was only supposed to be a day, but the incision, they had to go. I guess gallstones were stuck in there, so they had to slice it open a little bit more. So for 6 days I was in there. I had jaundice and all that shit, and they had to put a stent in to open it and then they were supposed to schedule me to go back.
That's when your skin turns yellow, right?
Right,
Jaundice.
in your
Yeah.
eyes and everything. So, and it's all like, man, it can all lead to prostate, and there's a lot of stuff that what do you say, connects with as far as symptoms and what it can lead to. But yeah, so I was on that. They put a stent in. Bullshit, had some insurance issues, and long story short, 4 or 5 years later, I still have the stent in my damn stomach. So
Nice.
shout out to UMC.
They said if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right, if it
He's
ain't-
good, man.
Luckily for you, we have a medical expert on the panel.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Keeping that CBD.
Am I dying?
Like on was it Deuce
Tomorrow.
Bigelow? He's like, what do you think about this?
Yo, you want to see my incision?
What do you think about this?
that fool's wanted to show him
He
every.
did. You remember that? Deuce Bigelow?
Yeah.
He goes to that, what do you think about this?
Yo, hold on.
I didn't even have surgery there.
Dude, they don't make movies like that anymore, bro.
Dude.
Oh, you can't.
They just don't, man. Though, like that type of
Sensitive.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody's sensitive.
What happened to
that type of comedy. There's I can't remember the last one, dude.
Do you think that?
This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito. If you haven't tried them out, then you're missing out. Their hours of operations are from Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast burritos and lunch specials. If you like that pica pica, try that hot sauce and let them know that it's the JP Lopez Show sent you. They can be located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. It's the small yellow building with the Tigre tiger on it.
This episode is brought to you by RL Creations. Are you looking to turn your ideas into wearable art? Or maybe make a t-shirt into a one-of-a-kind, just like your personality? RL Creations is waiting to turn the blank canvas into your custom creations. Hit her up on Facebook at RL Creations or text her at 806-283-3056. I don't even know how to put this into words, but like, we're above that. Everyone's above that now. Like, that's raunchy.
Well, they want to
or
pretend they're
corny.
above that.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna make a corny movie no more.
Yeah.
I
Just
don't
a
know.
raunchy comedy?
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I like shit like that.
Steak
I don't
and
know.
eggs, steak and eggs. I win again.
Did you say steak?
Because I can't think of the most recent one that was like that. Did you watch with a Ricky Stenicki with John Cena? That one's actually pretty good. It's pretty
yeah.
good, dude.
I never even
Yeah,
heard of that one.
it's borderline like kind of raunchy like that, but nothing. You know what? That one with Jennifer Lawrence. Ah, dude.
Oh, that was funny.
That
Yeah,
one was
that shit
funny,
was funny.
legit. Like, she fights these people butt
Yeah.
naked on the beach.
Yeah.
Like, it shows
Oh,
everything
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
This dude,
Really good movie.
he's all, close your eyes. He's all, put your finger in there. He has like a Chinese finger trap.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
on the other end's his dick.
That's like the last raunchy movie,
That
but
shit
it
was
was
funny.
funny.
What's that called? I never heard of that one.
Let me
Fuck,
look it up.
that's crazy.
It's funny though, dude. It's a pretty funny
good,
movie.
Yeah.
So, like, bringing up old shit, I just ran across a Instagram post when he was talking about when your boys see you outside and you're in ISS.
Oh yeah.
And dude, do you remember shit like that?
It's called a no hard feelings.
Yeah, I never heard of it. But
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, that was everybody, obviously. You see your boy in fucking ISS, like, oh, you stupid fuck. And you're like, get the fuck out of here. Oh, my bad.
Or like your friend walks by the classroom, you can see their face through the little
That's
window.
what I was about to say, because Mike Epps had a stand-up skit about it, remember? When he said that when he had the hall pass and he's all being a dumbass in the hallway, and the next thing you know, the principals all got him by the fucking shirt.
And because senior year, I already had all my credits, so I just had kind of like just blow-off classes. And I had an office aide.
Office aide,
Yeah,
yeah,
office
yeah.
aide.
That shit was good.
And it's funny because at Lubbock High, everybody would park in the front, like on that east entrance. And it was like a 30-minute parking, so everybody
everyone to go
like,
wipe their
hey,
tire.
go wipe my tire for me, wipe my tire for me, because they would just mark it, the ticket lady, and so everybody like, just hey, go wipe my
How
tire.
did they pick up on that? Because I started my senior year. Obviously, you go out and during passing period, wipe your tire off, and then I'd get out to go to Chapman, and I'd
You
have
still
a
have a
ticket.
ticket?
Yeah, and I'm like, how the fuck did they know I didn't move?
Because somebody's doing this, wiping it. It's all dirty with one wet wipe like that.
It's
Yeah.
all got a clean mark.
How did they find out? The car's in the same spot. Dude, I remember my dad was pissed. I had a shoebox full of tickets, dude.
That unpaid.
Full of unpaid tickets, dude.
Fuck.
Dude,
You're like,
my
I'm just
dad-
gonna sell the
doesn't-
car, Dad.
Yeah, dude. I would get my. I was like, I ain't gonna do nothing. There's $3 tickets. Like they were cheap, $8 maybe. They weren't expensive.
But after like the date, didn't they like?
Yeah,
go to
they went
10
up,
or
yeah.
20 or some
Interest,
shit.
yeah.
And so I remember somebody like, they ain't gonna do nothing, bro. And so I would just get my ticket, and I had a shoebox in my closet. I just put it in there. And one day, my dad's like, "What are all these?" And I was like, they're just tickets.
What are you
They
doing in
ain't
my fucking room,
gonna-"
Dad?
Yeah, I know it. That's besides the point. Like, what are you doing in my? Yeah, and I mean, he was pissed, dude. I went up there, and it was a few $100, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. I had to pay them all, man.
Fucking A.
I'm glad I didn't have a car.
You didn't?
Hell no.
I mean,
All through high school?
I got rides from other people. I didn't even know how to drive.
When did you start?
19. I went to Target. And my parents were like, I guess.
For real?
Yeah, for
I guess
real.
it's time, mijo.
That's awesome.
I guess
He's
it's
got a
time.
cigarette. I guess he's trying to drive.
I already had
Because right back
kids.
then, 18, you could buy cigarettes back then, right? Or is it still?
No.
It's 21 now, right?
It's 21 now.
Yeah, because it used
But
to be
I
18.
didn't even know it was 21 because my boy, he's a cigar aficionado.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't even occur to me that you had to be 21, and he had to use my ID or some shit to be in some club where they send you cigars every month. And I was like, why the fuck? Like, why? And then he's like, well, I'm not 21. You gotta be 21.
Yeah, they
He's
switched
like,
Really?
that shit like a couple years ago. It's crazy, man, because it used to be 18 when we were off.
Yeah, 'cause I remember
Yeah.
my 18th birthday, bro. I went and did everything you couldn't do. Like, when I remember I turned 18, I went straight to Video Express, bro.
To get a
Video
porn?
Express to go, not even to buy a porn, just to go into that room where they had the porns. There was that little curtain. Remember that
damn
porn?
well you could
They're
have
on
been in
me,
there when you were
hold on,
16.
I'm 18.
That was the first thing I did, dude. I went in that, bought a lottery ticket, bought cigarettes, everything you
went
can't
behind
do.
the curtain.
Yeah, and I remember walking, I was like, ooh, like, ew, this supposed to look like that?
What it smell like?
Yeah, dude, like all like bad decisions, bro.
Like wet
Smell like nothing
carpet.
but bad decisions.
You
did-
say that, and I remember being a kid, like trying to like peep through
Yeah.
that little
Yeah.
crack
Yeah.
to see what the fuck is back there. And they're like, my dad's like, get the fuck away from
See,
there.
Though-
I feel like shit. My dad he'd have porn on when I was like 4 or 5 years old. So
Oh,
my
for
friends are
real?
all, yeah, or, not like in a pervert, well, I guess perverted way.
Not in a perverted way.
I mean, my dad
Classic.
wouldn't
But
jerk
I mean, they
off
were
in front
really-
of us.
He's like, Migo, go give me the jerky. For what?
That fool said not in a perverted way.
Not in a pervert.
That's freaking awesome.
Man,
No, it was family. It was wholesome.
It's all good.
I learned in counseling that's where my trauma started. Watching porn with my dad at 2 years old.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy House, man. He's passed, but he said like his dad was like that. I mean, porn everywhere. And
Like,
it
wasn't no big
it
deal?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah, and I tripped out because everybody's dads hide that shit.
Dude.
If my dad ever had porn, I never found his porn stash.
Same.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we
Never
grew up,
found it.
like
But
when
then again, I wasn't looking for it. So.
Oh, but it's there though, maybe.
Yeah.
I remember my move, dude, was my dad. He always wore glasses, and so when I was little, we'd be like, my mom would be on the bed, and then my dad would lay down, like on the floor, and I'd lay down with him, and if a dirty part on a movie would come on, he'd be like, turn around. So I would turn around, and I'd be like, I'd be staring at his glasses, dude, so I can see the reflection of the titties in his glasses. I'd just be like that, just staring at him, dude, like locked in, bro, just so I can see the reflection off of his glasses, man.
You got pretty eyes, Dad.
Yeah, your dad's all. He's probably looking at me like, "What's up with my son?" Like we're just locked in, dude. I'm sitting there trying to watch the reflection of titties in his glasses.
You get
man.
your first girlfriend. He's like, yes.
She's like, "Dang, Dad." But like we never, they never did. Like there's never like I grew up in a pretty like conservative like Christian family.
Yeah,
Like, they didn't play that stuff.
No,
man.
no.
I'll never forget my mom cried, dude, the first time she found Playboys in my room. What? She cried, dude. And I mean, and once again, I was like, why were you going through my stuff in the first place? See? It was a special edition. I guess it was the December 99, January 2000 episode.
Yeah.
Or episode. It was real, like it was a collector's magazine, that Playboy. And it had the Bernayola twins, two Mexican chicks.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
I'm sure.
But it was like a how do you say it? Commemorative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all went half on it. Like we all pitched in on it,
Oh,
dude.
shit.
Like 4 or 5 of us pitched in on it, and it was my turn with it. And and yeah, I had it hitting my mom.
What was
found
the
it, like,
magazine, like $6, $7?
Something like that, yeah.
So I had Playboy being delivered to my house.
Yep.
I think maybe
like in college,
9th grade.
In 9th
Yeah.
grade,
Yeah, ninth all the
So
way
I
through.
spent the night at his house all the
So
time.
9th grade through like all the way through high school, bro. Everybody would be like, "Oh, you got the new one," and then even my uncles would be like, "Hey, Sable's on that one. Let me see that one."
in 9th grade,
dude.
And I was buying No Limit CDs. You were buying Playboys.
But I was gonna say, to me, it just made sense to be a subscription holder because it was like $20 for the year,
Yeah.
and each episode was like, each issue was like $7.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna get the subscription.
I remember on University it was called the Newsstand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I would
Dude,
get dirty
I
magazines
forgot
back
about
in the
that.
day.
Off of
Yeah.
what? Oh, no, I know what you're talking about.
Those were like one guy is
Yeah, right around there somewhere. Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, dude, I had a cousin that was in the Penthouse, so Penthouse
Too
was
hardcore.
dirty compared, because
That was a porn mag.
That was
That
good.
was, yeah.
yes, and shout out to Penthouse. But yeah, because Joseph Wallace, his dad, I played baseball with Joseph, man. Shout out Don Wallace, God rest his soul. But he had a hole in his wall. You remember at the house across from the old Northwest Little League?
Yeah, the Little League. I deliver there.
Right?
Yeah.
The
yeah,
yellow house.
yeah.
Man, dude, that's badass. But so he had a hole they had the wooden panel like most houses. And he had a hole in the wall. And Joseph would always tell me, he's like, man, if you can reach your arms. So we knew we had a stack for the Playboys.
Hey, he's over there standing there, reach around and
He's all reach. He's all reach.
a little further, a little further.
try it.
That's fucking-
That's my dick.
He goes, and I'm done. But his dad was in the play, and he would always be like, you got to have class, and he would teach us that Playboy was okay, but Penthouse wasn't. But my uncles were in the Penthouse, and yeah, there was some.
That's how I always saw it too. That Playboy was classy,
Classy, yeah.
and then the other ones were just raunchy.
Well, that's how.
Don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have seen a Penthouse. I just didn't know anyone that had it.
Yeah.
We were playing basketball. I know I've said this several times on the podcast. Basketball at my boy Roy's house. And somehow, some way, we broke in to the little cuartito in his backyard. And his dad had boxes and boxes of like Mexico, like from Mexico magazines.
Boy.
Dude, I ain't never seen that much hair on. Like,
Really?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? And we were just in awe, like, holy shit, there's a vagina under that?
The first porno I ever saw was a Spanish one, dude. Yeah. Do you remember Benjamin Lopez?
Yeah,
He's there?
yeah.
So he lived down the street from me, dude, and I don't even know how he got it, but it was a Spanish porno, dude, and we were there. And I just remember that was the first time I'd ever heard the word panocha, you know? And I was like, what? You know, and I just kept saying it after that because it just sounded
Panocha,
catchy, yeah.
My grandma, we would go to buy pan dulce when I was a kid, and my grandma would call them panochitas.
Oh.
And I would laugh, and she would know why I was laughing. She's like, mijo, that's not a bad word. And I'm like, okay. She's like, that means bread. And
The
I'm
little
like,
bread.
That means
Not where I'm
fucking-"
from.
But I would always laugh. She's like, dame dos panochitas, esas
you're over there like-
panochitas. And I'm like, yeah, for real. And she's like, mijo, that's not a bad word.
It's a funny word, though, isn't it? I'll never forget. We were in the barracks at Cavazos. I guess all the bad kids turned all the ninth grade. All the bad kids
Well,
had to go to
we have a theory on that, right?
What was that?
Those barracks. Remember, because it was like
It was called CIA.
like
It was-
a mind control
Yeah,
type
there's
shit.
some kind of experiments going on, dude.
Yeah, y'all were in some experimental.
I think so,
bullshit.
dude. But it was fun, man.
Because everyone seems to not remember shit in those classes.
It was different, like, cause I went to Cavazos too, and the barracks were like for 8th grade, like history and shit.
It was for the bad kids. And
For real?
the
Yeah,
first time
man.
they rolled them out was my 9th grade.
Oh,
and
shit.
they said it was just if you hadn't had like geometry or something like that, because that's just how they threw all the bad kids over there. And I was like, what am I doing with all these bad kids? You know, like, but it was fun though, man. But I remember Mr. Porras, he got like people were always cussing in his class, dude. And Albert Mata, dude, Aaron's brother, his older brother.
Yeah.
We walk into class and Mr. Porras like, I'm tired of everybody cussing. If you're gonna cuss, just go. Just go. And Albert goes, hey, Panocha. And he goes, just go. He walked right in the class and walked right back out like that Homer Simpson. Or is it, have you seen it, that GIF where the dad puts the hat on there and puts it back on and walks out the door?
What's that movie with is it Stand By Me or Stand and Deliver?
With Edward James Olmos?
Yeah,
Stand and Deliver.
It was that fucking type of
It
class.
was, dude.
Like, we said, I know my 1s, 2s, and 3s.
But it was fun, bro. Like, it was a good time. I don't know what I was doing there, but yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
'cause-
like the north side, like in one of the classrooms, they were growing weed next to like the teacher's class, and she didn't even know for the longest time. Yeah.
Botany. Oh,
Botany, yeah, dude.
That's a good
So
class.
I listened to your last episode, and you were talking about how you were a quick team beast, and then you all made the A team, and you're like, I'm gonna go ball out in B team.
Yeah, dude. I was ready too, cause like I made the A team, but I didn't start, you know, because like it was like Brandon Duvall, Shelton Conroy, Eddie Stevens.
were cold.
and they all played like league together,
Yeah.
so like they were in sync, man. And I was just a little scrub that, you know,
You're like, I'm gonna go ball out.
we'll put them on the A team, but yeah, I remember with Ken.
But I remember that dude Ernest, man.
Ernest Flores, he'd be doing all kinds of stupid stuff and throw a layup, and he'd make it like, "This is not even a real shot," but it counted. You know?
You're all mad. This
And
dude's
it's-
falling out, not me.
And it's funny, bro, because the reason I got kicked like off the A team to the B team was because Kenneth Adams. He played for McKenzie. And I remember me and him were fighting over the ball one time, dude. Like, you know, you always call first time.
Yeah.
Well, I got it, and whenever I stripped the ball from him, I started doing like karate chops and karate kicks in the air, just playing around. And then Coach Hogle blew the whistle. He goes, "Go sit in the locker room."
What?
Yeah, dude. Just because. And after that, I had to go down to the B team
I downgraded.
because I started shadow boxing him after I got the ball from him, dude. Yeah.
You just
So
watch
y'all
Karate
must have
Kid.
Just
been
being stupid.
Y'all must have been whooping ass if you were in there. Then
We had to. We were up by 30 points.
I'll never forget.
Put the scrub in.
I'll never forget 7th grade basketball. I made the A team, and I think I'm all badass, right? And we go to Alderson. I think it was Alderson because it's not open no more, right? Alderson
yeah,
isn't
it's
open.
close.
We go to Alderson over there on a Saturday morning. It was a Saturday morning game, and we're all doing layups for warm up. These motherfuckers are doing windmill dunks, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're fucked.
Yep. That's
And then I
another
remember
level, bro.
our coach telling them, like pleading with the coach to stop the full court press on us
Yeah.
because like we were just getting murdered, bro.
They were good. I remember Alderson and
Dunbar.
and yeah, Dunbar was cold too, man.
How'd I know?
Yep.
Because
But
you're
we
from
had,
there.
but we had a good squad too, man. We had a pretty good team too.
Yeah,
But,
Cavazos, yeah.
All we had was little Javier.
little Javier.
all
Hey,
we
he was
had.
good though, dude.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
he was-
all we had. Like we,
Yeah, true.
I think we would play the 8th grade, or 9th grade, and they'd body us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that 8th grade team was cold.
Yeah, yeah.
They were real cold.
The B
It was
team.
Eddie Stevens, Red, Shelton.
Shelton, Bo, remember,
Yeah,
Bo
that white
Hughes?
boy.
Yeah,
They could ball. They were ball.
could. They played AAU together.
Oh,
Or
for
something
real?
like that. Like that. That whole our starting 5, they all played together, and so
Yeah, they ball.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play basketball
Man,
or you
nah.
wrestled?
Nah. I honestly, I didn't play sports till I was in 10th grade.
For real?
Yeah. I was just
And
out
you
on the side.
varsity in the 10th grade?
The hell no,
No?
JV. They moved me up in 12th grade. Hell yeah. Because I mean we had Courtney, Omar,
Yeah.
fucking Trevor Mason, big ass motherfuckers.
But I thought you were on the team too.
I was. Yeah. Like in senior year I started.
No, but I thought like Junior year too, you were on that team.
Nah, I was JV.
Oh,
Hell yeah. It's because I was like fucking around and shit and didn't want to. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then I had Coach Gonzalez, fucking old one eye.
big nuts.
Big nut.
He did have some
Damn,
big,
big
nuts.
nuts,
Bro,
man.
someone, I don't know where I was the other day, but someone was like, "You went to Lubbock? Did you know so-and-so Gonzalez? He was a coach." And I was laughing. I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "One eye?" He's like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Fuck that guy." He was all mad. He was like, "He don't know how to coach baseball." And I was all,
Yeah, I don't know, man. He had like damn near
3 pros?
3 fucking pros as his sons.
So he
Could've fooled me.
obviously knows
Like, he knows what he's
something.
doing.
He knew something.
Knows
motherfucker.
something, yeah.
Legit, right? Like Art was Art was at Cavazos.
he was on the
playing
varsity as a ninth grader.
Lubbock High.
I think his oldest son played for the Rockies.
Yeah, Joe. I think he passed away.
That was the one
man.
that passed away.
Yeah, he passed away.
okay.
Yeah, a few years ago.
Yeah, that blew my fucking mind. Ninth grader at Cavazos
And he
playing
could ball.
varsity.
Dude. He
for
could
fucking
ball
Lubbock
too.
High.
Yeah, as a ninth grader.
Yeah. Yeah, he was cold, obviously. That
Well, shit, Benino was a badass catcher too. Honestly, like I know he played a little college afterwards, but yeah, they were all good.
I would say
baseball-wise.
that his dad knew something about
He
baseball.
figured it out.
That dude was salty.
Yeah.
He probably said something to him, or his son didn't make it, and he was like, "Fuck him."
I always wondered what would happen to me if I continued baseball in high school.
We kept it up.
But Webster was an asshole, bro. I remember telling him in football two-a-days, I was like, "You're the baseball coach?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm gonna try out for baseball too." He's like, "Nah, we ain't got no room for fat boys on our team."
Did he really?
And I was like, "Fuck you!" And I was so pissed. I was like, "Fuck baseball."
I can see him saying that though.
He used to tell me to go try out at O'Banion Field and Magle Field, and because he was always he'd
Yeah,
always
you
fuck with
played
me.
baseball all the way through high school too.
And I told him, I was like, and I never bragged about baseball. I was like, baseball was my number one sport. I just had to wrestle because we couldn't afford it. So it was my junior year. They were hitting some balls out there, and I was in the outfield just gunning them home. And Webster, he's like, "Who's that?" And when I went up there, he's Rios. But yeah, he would be like, "Go to Magle Field." And then senior year, he told me I can go try. I was like, "Man, fuck you." I hated it I hated Coach Webster, but my story was when graduation, I showed up drunk as shit. I wasn't planning on graduating, and they told me I was going to walk the stage. So I showed up in shorts, flip flops, and like a t-shirt. And Webster was the one. He's like, "Man, Rios," he's like, "You're better than this." And in my mind, I'm like, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
I'm not.
I was like, "I'm
coach.
really not, coach." But yeah, he was like,
Nipple said, "I'm."
he's like, "How long have you been drinking?" And I was like, "Oh," and my brother
Since 5th grade.
I'd be like,
Bro.
today or in life?
since 5th grade.
In life or today?
Bitch, I'm talking about today. Oh, I thought you meant like I was 5th grade.
He said 5th grade. But yeah, baseball, man. I wish I would have had a chance, but wrestling was my thing.
I fucked up my son bad. I fucked him up, gotcha. Because he was legit in the 5th grade tailgating. I'd be like, "Hey, take a shot with me."
Come try this.
And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Hey, take a shot." And so, like, now, that motherfucker, dude. I text Georgie on vacation. We were on vacation not too long ago. That fucker drinks until there's no more beer. Like,
I
he
remember
don't
those
drink
days.
when he's done. He's done drinking when there's no more beer. And it's scary. I'm like, "Bro, we've been drinking all day. Like, chill
He's
the
just
fuck
young, bro.
out." Like,
Well, I mean, think about when you were his age. You could drink like that when you were his age.
I know, man, but fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we've already bought beer all day, went to go to the beach at night. It's 3 a.m. Last fucking beer, and he's like, "There's still more in there?" I'm like, "Bro."
See, I could drink like that, but I can't the next day. Dude, like my hangovers last like 2-3 days now. If I drink like that.
See, I don't drink beer. So, bourbon, it really, I guess the hangover is like 20 or 30 minutes when I get rehydrated with like salt water or whatever, and I'm fine.
You're good.
Yeah. But yeah, he stops drinking when there's no more beer.
We would do that at Seth's house, man. Like, because we weren't 21 yet, but his brother Jacob lived with him,
Dude.
and so he would go and get beer for us. And I remember we'd run out of beer, dude. We would start put whatever we could put together to buy like a thing of Red Dog. It was like the cheapest beer, so we'd put together like $15 or whatever, and he'd go get us a thing of Red Dog, dude. It's disgusting.
Y'all were talking about on the last episode, Red Stripe. Just recently in Florida, we had a Jamaican waiter, and I was fucking with him the whole time, and he was like, "Man, I like you, man, I like you." And then I was like, "Yeah, I ain't got no fucking Red Stripe here," and he's like, what do you know about Red Stripe, man?
Red Stripe's pretty good.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah,
like,
it's not bad.
I ain't coming back until I fucking have Red Stripe here. And he's like, come back tomorrow. I'm gonna have some Red Stripe for you.
real?
I didn't
not
go
bad.
back,
It's
but
not
I was
bad.
just bullshitting with him. But then that episode came out, and I was like, man, I was just talking about Red Stripe.
Freaking Red Stripe.
But also in that episode, we were dumb fucks. Legit. I had no business drinking Stella Artois,
Oh, yeah.
Heineken,
All
and
the
like we
fancy
just
beers.
drank it because it was in our eyes it was fancy. And we're like, we're gonna be fucking fancy and fucking drink it. Like this tastes like shit.
Because like Ziegenbock now, I don't like it. I used to love Ziegenbock.
Really?
Yeah. Now if
I
I drink it, it's nasty.
I never was into Ziggin.
No?
Never. But y'all said y'all don't like Guinness. I've always liked Guinness.
Oh, I like Guinness.
I like Guinness.
Are you supposed to drink it warm? I've heard that.
I think the Irish.
Nah,
I think they drink it warm.
Like yeah,
nah,
room
it's cold.
temperature.
It's cold.
It is?
Yeah, I went to Ireland. I went
And-
to Guinness.
okay.
Yeah, it's cold.
So it's cold?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's cold.
Somebody lied to me.
Maybe
it's
I'm
delicious.
thinking of Germans.
Maybe,
Germans drink
yeah.
their beer warm, like
Like room temperature.
all their beers room temperature.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Germans.
Yeah.
Good and
I
tight.
fucking love Guinness though.
Guinness
Yeah.
is delicious.
Yeah, I think so.
I like Irish car bombs. That's my go-to shot, man.
For real?
Hell yeah. I get fucked up.
You like black and tans?
Hell yeah.
Black and tan. What's that?
Cider and Guinness.
Oh really?
They like stack it. They even got one that's called a priest collar because it's like black.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
has, it's good, man.
And it touches little boys.
Man, that one comedian at your show, I was just like,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pray for you, bro. Yes, I'm gonna pray for you, dog.
Dude, them
Yeah.
comedians killed it, man. They fucking brought the thunder.
It was good shit.
It was
man.
good shit, man. Yeah, I couldn't tell you how many times I bought beer just because the commercial or rappers had it on.
I thought they were
and then I
Heineken.
fucking tasted it and I was like, oh, this shit. How am I gonna drink 6 of these motherfuckers?
That's how was that Sapporo. That's how that Sapporo. Ugh, dude, it tastes awful, but it was
Like
like
how
a
you
fancy
said,
beer.
I think we catfished each other.
She got me, bro. She got me, man.
Dude, was she of age? Like, I mean,
Yeah, she.
I mean, like, I know she's 18, but was she like? I guess what I'm trying to say is like, does she live with her folks? Because why the fuck were you going through the window?
Yeah, she lived with her parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I remember. So y'all probably hadn't heard the story, but I had a 6-pack of hot Sapporo beers, and I was in there chatting on. Remember, like the AOL chat room.
Hell
Chatting with
yeah.
babes.
And I was chatting with hot babes, and I was nursing. I was just coming off a bad breakup, right? And so I'm on there chatting with these girls, and so you have the webcams, and so she sent me a picture of her, and like just like her chin and her chest. I was like, oh yeah, she looks good to me.
Yeah.
And so she's like, well, come by. So I went by her house. There's a lot more details, but she was like, hey, just come in through the window, and she was, I'll let you in. I was like, all right. So I'm there with a bag of beers, hot beer, and I walk and I open the window, and it's dark, and I see just a big old fat foot. And I'm looking through I kind of, in my head, I'm like, maybe it's her sister or something, And so I step in, I'm like, is so-and-so here? She goes, oh, yeah, it's me. And I was like, man. God dang, dude.
That's the first
Yeah,
time
bro.
of catfishing, man. The first
She
case.
got me, man. She got me. And so, like,
Said a fat foot.
we made out or whatever, and I go, hey, I said, this ain't going to work. I was like, I thought it'd make me feel better, but I just got through, out of a relationship, and I don't feel right. And she's like, oh, no, it's okay. So I just left. Like, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but, man.
Yeah, plus you're double the size I thought.
Dude, I
That's
mean, it was a
crazy.
big old foot.
That's crazy.
I was like, man, you wear a size 12 in men's? Like, God, dog.
You brought back a bunch of memories because you legit did have to not remember, but learn like BRB and like
Yeah.
all this little
Yeah.
chat lingo.
Yeah, 'cause it was like age, sex, location. It was
What
like
the
the-
what the
sex
fuck is
location.
this?
Age, sex,
Yeah.
location, right? That
I
was the
remember
one.
that.
I forgot about that one
Yeah.
too.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah.
I got catfished by a gay dude on a chat room one time. Not really catfished. It took me forever to figure out it was a dude. And
Oh,
like,
shit.
cause the chat lines were kind of lit, man. Like,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the AOL chat rooms, and I didn't. They had like a sound anytime they would send a message.
Yeah.
Like, and his was a like
Message.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Message. I didn't know. Like, I guess where I was just out of the loop. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, it was an NSYNC like soundbite.
Yeah.
Every time he would send the message, and then like, I don't remember how it came up, but like, yeah, the whole time I was chatting with the dude, man, and then he finally is like, hey, I'm a guy, right? And I'm like, oh.
Oh.
He goes, you didn't figure it out? And I'm like, my bad. Check it
What,
later.
what was that movie? Scotty Doesn't Know. Remember?
Euro Trip.
Euro
Was it
Trip.
Euro Trip?
When
Euro Trip.
when he thought that time, the whole time he was talking to a dude, but it was a chick because
Yeah.
his name was Mikkel or some shit. Remember that movie?
Dude, I haven't seen it in a
And
long
then it's like
time.
his brother's like, you dumbass, that's a girl's name in like German or some shit. And he's all, what the fuck? And then they go try to go visit her or some shit. I was gonna tell you, I showed my uncles how to chat, and it blew their fucking mind because, so they're like, well, what's up with all this chat that you and Chris are always talking about? And then they went to my house and I'm fucking like, rub on your tits and all this shit, right? And my uncles are like, what the fuck?
You can
dude?
say that?
And like, yeah, they're like, you can say that dumb shit. And I was like, yeah. And then I'm fucking, and next thing I know, my uncle bought a fucking computer, got
He had a
AOL.
gateway. That's why I had a gateway computer too. He's like
and
Kip on
all-
Napoleon Dynamite.
Technology.
Don't be mad 'cause I've been chatting with chicks all day.
Yeah, dude. So it was funny, but to add to that also, Chris, this motherfucker all night would be chatting with one chick.
One of the wrestler, like the wrestler.
It was in the WWE chat room because that's where we would go. We'd go to the
That's right,
WWE
that's
chat
right.
room, and because I was the coolest one apparently at all the chat rooms, and so we went to like WWE, and he'd be all fucking night like, man, you still talking to that fucking girl? Go to bed. And then finally, he fucking came to my house. He's like, I'm not gonna chat with that chick no more. I was like, what? He's like, she sent me a picture.
Oh man.
Because
Big
this
buddy.
was before webcams, and it was a chingona, bro.
Like, what would
she
you
was
expect,
a chingona,
dude?
right?
You know, she's like, what do you think about
and
Dusty
it was
Rhodes?
a picture of her holding a fucking cake, and she had a T-shirt on that said "All bark and no bite."
Bro, you gotta get him a shirt that says that, dude. That's freaking awesome.
And yeah, from there on, he wasn't up until like 8 in the fucking chatting no more.
But you know the excitement of that, it's like there's not anything now that you could do that. But I will say, when I first got on TikTok, like I didn't know anything. I just thought TikTok was like just like stupid dance video,
Yeah.
you know. But then, like I ain't gonna lie, I would catch myself getting on like when people do the lives, there'd be like hot chicks on there, and I'm like,
Show your tits.
yeah, I'm just kind of like, huh. Dude, it'd be 3 a.m. I'm waiting on her to show her titty. And I'm like, meanwhile, if I wanted to see a titty that bad, I'd just Google it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
But it was like the build up, because like, there'd be a hot chick on there, like, oh, like put on makeup or whatever, but
But
she's
they can't
drinking
show
wine.
a tit,
They can't.
right? Yeah.
No, but like, I'm just like, come on, titty.
yeah,
Just wait on it.
You got waiting on them bonus titties over
The
there.
bonus.
It's all 3:30 or goddamn, I gotta be at work in an hour
Yeah,
and a
and I'm
half.
like, but it was just the build up, I guess, was
That's why you're
exciting.
tired at
Yeah,
work.
I was like, man, if I wanted to see a titty, dude, like there's websites for that. If I
Courtney.
really wanted to.
Courtney put me onto this app back when TikTok was going through all their stuff and they were going to shut down. And there was this one called Clapper. And
I like the name of it already. Log Clapper.
you log on, it's all.
Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is it?
It was nothing but bitches, dude. Just like trying to like thirst traps. They're like, if I rolled the die, like they had different.
I'm gonna
They
download
had
that right
different
now.
Do they have
subjects.
that on Android?
Both Android and iPhone,
I've never heard of Clapper.
bro. But
Do they still have it?
Oh yeah, and Courtney was
Asking
like,
for a friend.
Courtney was like, he sent me a real one to like you know the screen video, like where you have an iPhone and you can like take a video of
Yeah.
like what's on your screen.
Screen
And he-
record it.
Yeah, screen record it. And he was like going through everything. It was all these chicks. I was like, what the fuck are you watching? And he was like, download it. And I was like, damn, bro. And this chick was just off.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't remember if I put you on or Courtney put me on. I can't remember, but Reddit Gone Wild. Have you know about Gone
Yeah,
Wild?
yeah.
Now you could
GW.
type anything
Gone
like women gone wild.
Dude, there was a love
public
up. There's a
gone
love
wild.
up Gone Wild for a little
And
while.
Yeah.
bro, what the fuck, dude?
Nurses gone wild.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
Yep.
legit. Yeah. I've been on a porn fast for a long time.
Me too.
I've been trying to stay away from porn for a while, and I'm telling you this because I brought up Reddit. I clicked on a subreddit that said like vintage lifestyle or some shit, and I clicked on it. Dude, it was like pictures of old people, like legit vintage shit. But then like it led me to, you know, just scrolling through it, it led me to like old hoes, like
Them old hoes.
1970s type swingers parties, fucking hairy ass canaries, like Dude, I was like, what the fuck?
Takes me back to my
But
childhood.
that happens quick though, right? You zig instead of zagging. Before you know it, you're down a rabbit hole.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. Because I've gone a few years without watching porn.
Yeah.
But I'll get on Reddit sometimes, and there's one I like to and unfortunately Lubbock's on this all the time. It's called Trashy. It's a subreddit. It's just called Trashy.
Yeah.
There's always stuff from Lubbock on there, dude.
For real?
Yeah. But if you click on something, that's how it goes. You click on that, you're on that whatever it's called, that subreddit.
Yeah.
And one thing will take you to another one, then to another, and before you know, you're like, man, how did I end up
How
here?
the fuck did I get here?
Yeah, dude. Some weird people out there, bro.
I brought up this not too long ago. You had the most epic parties at the house when you lived on the east side. And I can't remember who I was telling, but I think it was my wife. She was bringing up parties, and I go, man, nothing tops Ramos's parties. Halloween parties, like everyone dressed up,
And it was fun,
and
yeah,
it was fun
yeah.
as fuck. And I don't know why I brought that up, to be honest with you, because you said something about Reddit in Lubbock. I can't.
I had a bad entertainment center I got from Aaron's rent to own or something, like the two big old speakers. It was a bachelor pad before I got married, so I had two big old 15s in the living room with the TV. And dude, I remember I had a party one time, and there was one of my friends was like, "Hey man, there's this dude asking everybody for money." And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, some guys just keep asking me for $20, and he's over there." And I look over there, and I was like, "I don't know that guy." I saw him walk in with Ricky Flores.
I was about to say, did Ricky bring him in?
Yeah, dude. He was. So I go, "Hey, what's up with your boy Rick?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know that dude, man." He goes, "We were walking up here, and he's like, what do y'all do?" He said, "We're going to a party. Come on." That dude just picked up a homeless dude, and they walked into my house, and he was asking everybody for money, bro.
Like that Theo Vaughn story. Have you heard that story? He said when he was barely getting introduced to Hollywood, they invited him to some party, and he was like, "Man, I'm not going unless my homeboy Earl is invited." And they were like, "Yeah, he's invited. You can bring him." He said he didn't know. It was like some homeless dude. He's like, "Hey man, you want to go to a party?" He goes, "You can roll with me."
You can be my plus one.
And so he said the whole time he's like, "Yeah, man, me and him, we friends." Because he told him, "Just tell him you're my friend." But he
That's freaking
overdid it.
awesome,
He overdid it. He's all meeting people "Yeah, me and him
That's
we
freaking-
friends."
they got
we
backstories
friends."
and stuff like
And then
that.
he said they went to the party and that dude robbed the party.
That's freaking. That's where that night was gonna end, dude. That night at my house, I probably told that dude to bounce.
Yeah, he
man.
said he stole all bunch of jackets and all kinds of shit.
Sounds about right, dude. And it's funny too, because I remember that dude was just sitting there scheming on all the women there, dude. He was sitting he's the only one not in costume, and he's just ooh, just all of my friends' wives and stuff. And I was like, "Hey, bro, you got to get out of here, dude. We don't even know you."
He hit the criminal lottery and shit. He's like, damn, that's crazy, brother.
But yeah, and then now he knows the inside of my house.
Seriously.
Some
Yeah.
homeless dude.
I remember showing up to your house one day for a party, and you were so excited to show me your hot dog.
My hot dog machine.
Your hot dog
Dog.
machine. And then
Oh,
you were
hell
like, "Oh, check this out!" And you showed me the Wiener Schnitzel chili can.
Dude.
You're like, "And the Wiener Schnitzel chili."
It was bachelor pad, dude. And in the corner, I had a little if you go to just a restaurant, they have the little gumball machines.
Yeah.
I had a candy machine too. You play it was a bachelor pad, and I had a 7-Eleven. You had the little hot dog rollers. It was my prized possession. I was eating hot dogs 2-3 times a week, dude.
Asking everybody, come on, you want a hot dog?
Dog, because you could buy the Wiener Schnitzel chili at the grocery store back then. So man, I was eating good.
No,
back
I don't
then.
think so.
I had some. I don't know
I
where
know
it came from.
I think you got it at Wiener Schnitzel. I
From
think.
the Schnitz?
Yeah,
Dog.
because before it hit the stores, I think you could buy it there.
Yeah, you could go
and-
buy
I had that
Yeah.
plug, the Wiener Schnitzel
And
plug.
yeah, you were so excited to show me the Wiener Schnitzel and shit.
And we were like, bust it out, dude. Warm that chili up, bro. Don't be showing. Dog, I remember one time, man, it was just never a dull moment on the, I loved living on the east side, dude. I loved it, man, because, the party would, die down. I mean, I'd just be sitting out in the front drinking a beer, and it was dang. Somebody,
Dang.
shout out to West
Back
19.
through cement walls and everything.
And I remember I was sitting out there, and a crackhead tried selling me a lottery ticket, dude. They're like, it was a $20 winner, but hey, I'll take $10 for it. Yeah. Yeah, just
He
that,
already claimed it.
the same night.
That's what
Yeah, I think he just needed some cash real quick. And then this dude was walking. It was the same night me and Marcus was out there just drinking, and this dude walks by and he's got like a United bag. And he goes, "Hey man, y'all want to buy some chicken?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't know." I mean, like, I was kind of hungry, but then I was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna buy chicken
Let
from
me
a."
see it.
It was a thing of like Tyson chicken, not cooked or anything. It was just in the bag. They tried to sell me some, like, just it probably got salmonella or something. It'd been sitting out all day.
You know, United, they have the delivery service, and my coworker was telling me that he ordered a rotisserie chicken, and he didn't put no substitutes. So they brought him a raw chicken. They were like, "Well, we were at a
Figure it out.
rotisserie's, but we brought you this." He was
Put
like,
some pepper.
"I don't want that
Put
shit."
some pepper and figure it out, dude.
He's like, "I wanted a fucking rotisserie."
Fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck, dude."
Do you DoorDash? Do you order from DoorDash and all that?
Like groceries or
Like, I mean, like food. Like, do you ever? You do?
Yeah. Well,
I'm
not no
always-
more. Ever since I've cut all my shit out and I started dieting, not no more. But
But you used
dude, it would be cheaper to DoorDash.
Really?
Because when you're on the monthly subscription, they send you promo codes all the time. Or
$10
buy one, get
off.
ones. And you buy 2 fucking $20 meals for $20. You know what
Really?
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we were doing that shit all the fucking time.
I always wondered, like, you see stuff on like TikToks or Instagram, whatever, where like the drivers mess with their food or they'll take a bite out of their
we
food. and stuff
never
like
had
that.
we
Bro,
never had a
never
problem
did.
with that.
One time I got a box of cookies for my girl. Like we were in the ER, and like I opened it up, and there was a cookie missing. I was like, "This bitch!"
That's freaking awesome to see.
I
That's
was
what I'm
mad.
saying.
I was
man.
like,
You're counting them, motherfucker.
But I
he
mean-
saw your tip, bitch.
I mean, to be fair though, it's late at night. You smell those fresh cookies. I might have to, get a little,
Fuck your tip
tag.
treats.
"Bro, I was all mad." And then I was like gonna report it, and I was like, "Give him that."
Yeah, you good. So I don't blame you, man.
Yeah, I'd eat it.
Yeah, I
too.
would have done the same thing.
Hell
Because
yeah.
we don't ever like DoorDash or anything. I'm always kind of like skeptical. Like, man, you're just entrusting these drivers to be cool. Like, don't dip in on your.
The
on your
thing
stuff.
that I hate is, well, what I used to hate was if you didn't pay the extra, so that they only do your order. So you'll order it, and then they'll pick up another order.
Oh, so it might be
So
cold
then
when you
when
get
your
it.
food gets
Yeah.
there, your fries
Cold
are all
as fuck.
fucking
Yeah.
cold and shit. You're like, what the fuck,
I see.
man?
I see.
That would piss me the fuck off.
Yeah.
But it was never fucked with.
Really?
Never.
Yeah,
an
they
order of
they
mine.
put a seal like or some most
A sticker
restaurants.
or something?
Yeah,
They
they'll
do.
put a seal on the drink as well, so they can't mess with it. But
Did I felt bad? So my daughter loves Little Caesars pizza, dude. Of all pizzas, like she loves that stuff, and I'll order her pizza. Well, I usually just go pick it up. It's just easier to go pick it up. And one day I
That's
just
one of
did
my
it.
favorites.
Really?
Little Caesars.
Yeah, she loves Little Caesars, dude. And so I did delivery. Well, then they showed up, and it was just a person doing DoorDash. Like she had her kids and stuff in the car, and I felt bad, man, because I thought it was just like someone from Little Caesars was just gonna come drop off my pizza.
No.
They could like subcontract it out, I guess, whatever, And I just felt bad because I only left like a $5 tip.
Yeah, that's good enough,
But
though.
but I feel guilty. Like if this is how you're like paying your bills, I'm gonna.
Bro, it's a $5 pizza.
I know, but I don't know. Maybe it's
You
just
wanna
me,
tip
dude.
$10
I was gonna tip
on a
$15 or
$5
something like to make it worth their while because this is how they're paying their bills. Like,
Yeah.
like I just
Nah.
felt I didn't know that they did that. Like restaurant, because I think Chick-fil-A does that too now, right? They
No,
used to have
Chick-fil-A has their
Well, they
own.
used to have their own, but last
Oh, they don't
time,
got no more?
last time I remember, it was like because they used to have their own little white cars,
Yeah.
like the Chick-fil-A
I thought
cars.
they still did. I didn't know that they didn't no more.
Maybe they're shorthanded or something that day. I don't know.
I
But
think
yeah.
if you can order directly through the Chick-fil-A app, you can get them. But like if you do DoorDash,
It's gonna be
yeah, they'll
I
pick
see.
because my daughter in Leveland, her roommate does that. And it's they
Through Chick-fil-A? She's a Chick-fil-A employee?
no DoorDash. She
Oh,
just
yeah,
doors anything over there. The crazy thing about Leveland, they don't have no Uber. Like nobody's there to really Uber. Any of the students to go to the stores, and I was like, well, shit, go over there for about 5 hours one day and
Go post up on a weekend.
So the episode
Put 'em
that
on my
airs,
truck.
Good idea, dog. It's a good idea.
the episode that airs next week. So this is already be out, so I shouldn't even said that. But the episode that airs next week, it's gonna be Jimenez and Cuevas on the episode.
Oh,
oh,
dope.
nice.
And they said, fuck all the food apps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're restaurant owners, right? He said a lot of the time they just go by what Google says is their prices. So if their prices are on Google, that's what DoorDash sets it. And then they're like, nah, man, like we charge more than this on this item. And they're like, Well, that's what we sold it as.
Really?
And like
crazy.
they have to eat it. And like if they, so like if you order a sauce or something, and like DoorDash fucks it up, and then they complain on it, then they've got to pay somehow, some way. Like they don't like them. Like they were talking about that they lose a lot of money on those fucking
Really?
food apps. Yeah.
Dang.
I've heard the same. I've heard the
I
same.
guess that makes
Yeah.
sense though. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
And I know San Juan just barely started DoorDash with Tigre, and I was like, I heard y'all lose money on that, and he was like, I'm so new to it, I don't know. And then they were telling him, yeah, this is what we're going through, and he's like, fuck.
I ain't gonna lie. I tried to DoorDash Tigre.
Did you?
Did you?
They weren't open. It was like we went over there. They weren't open. I was like, damn, I'm trying to try one of the burritos. I can't even just drive over there.
Hey, so if you're a business owner, you have to sign up for that, like to do Door. Like I thought just anybody could like DoorDash to your place.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
because it has to be on the actual app to order from, so
Oh, I
you have
see.
to, I'm assuming you have to
Upload your
sign up
menu
for
or
it.
something. Yeah. I'm too cheap, bro. To be honest with you, like
That's why I don't
like-
want to. Yeah, it's
yeah,
expensive as
yeah.
shit if you don't have no coupon.
Like I said, I would pay the subscription, so you don't pay the delivery fee,
Mm-hmm.
and they would always kick me back either a promo code or a buy one get one.
Yeah.
Cotton Patch always had a buy one get one.
Chicken fried.
The chicken fried steak was buy one get one. What was another one?
Wingstop.
Tika Shack had a
Oh,
buy
yeah.
one get one all the time.
Really?
Yeah. So I always banked on the buy one get ones. And
Popeyes.
And then Popeyes had buy one get
Chicken
one.
sandwiches. I'm fat as fuck, bro. I know
Hey, the chicken
I'm
sandwich,
hungry
and then
now,
you get
dog.
their macaroni and you put it in the sandwich. Oh man,
shit.
that's the move.
For Popeyes?
Hey, yeah,
For
yeah.
real?
Yeah,
Bro.
shit.
Yo,
Damn.
yeah, you get
2,000
the
calories. It's
That
amazing.
sounds
all right.
good, bro. That sounds
yeah,
good.
you get the chicken sandwich, then you just get the little bowl of macaroni and cheese, throw it in the sandwich, put the bread on there.
Did TikTok show you that, or you knew about it?
That's
You
know me, bro. I'm all about
For
the
real?
macaroni and cheese, dog. Yeah,
Man,
Is Popeyes better than
my
Chick-fil-A?
fatness is
I think so.
slipping.
I think so too.
yeah, I think
Me
so.
too, bro. I'm hungry than a motherfucker now. Shit.
My
Yeah,
fatness
it's
is
good, dude.
slipping because I never even thought of that
Yeah,
shit.
that
I
sounds
saw
good.
one on TikTok. It was they get the corn dogs. You pull the stick out of the corn dog and you cut it down the middle, and then you just put cheese and chili.
I saw,
it's like
yes.
that's good.
Like a chili dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good, bro. I'll
That's
try
smart.
that. From Wiener Schnitzel.
Where's the best corn dog though?
Oh, good one. I like Wiener Schnitzel. Has pretty good corn dog.
Now, you know what?
Yeah.
In the mall, back in the day, like
Dog,
that.
famous corn
yeah.
dog,
Famous
dude.
corn dog, yep.
With the lemonade.
Yep.
Hell
And then
yeah.
the
Yep.
yes, bro. That
I used
place
to
was
like their
good.
cheese on the stick
The
from
cheese
that
on the
place.
stick, bro.
Yes, sir.
The mall
But
used to be hard.
I don't like corn dogs because Sonic used to have, in my opinion, the best
Yeah,
one.
Sonic's did.
And I don't know what the fuck they've done since COVID, but all their food tastes like
Everything
ass.
sucks now over there.
Every,
yeah.
everything
bad.
from Sonic tastes like ass. And then Wiener Schnitzel, I don't know what they've done with their wieners. Like
You want to see my wiener?
no Diddy.
It's
But
not
the-
good like it used to be.
The hot
Pause.
dog period from Wiener Schnitzel is gross. It's fucking nasty.
Dude, that was my favorite place to eat, and now I can't tell you the last time I've eaten with it. It's just not good anymore.
no, it's not.
It's just not good.
So that's why I was asking, where's the best corn dog?
Wiener Schnitzel probably has the best corn dog to
Nah.
me. Yeah.
I don't like their wieners, man. It's just nasty. I keep saying that, but that's I don't like their Franks. I don't
The
like their
Franks,
Franks.
they're wieners.
I don't want their wiener in my
They're
mouth.
wieners.
Like I don't know. Yeah, you're right. COVID fucked up everything. It did.
Yeah, I lived at Wiener since I worked there in junior high and high school.
That's when it was good, though.
Man,
yeah,
that-
that's when it was good.
and now it's just their chili cheese fries ain't worth the shit. Everything got more expensive and the quality went down.
Thomas was the inventor of the
Polish sandwich?
no the
giving
what's
free food
the
away.
pack.
The family pack.
The family
yeah.
pack,
What-
the 3 for or like the chili cheeseburger,
Y'all
chili.
always talked about it.
The crowd pleaser.
Yeah,
the crowd
the
pleaser.
crowd
Thomas was the
pleaser, yeah.
That's
inventor
you,
of the
dog?
crowd
The crowd
pleaser.
pleaser?
Because that's what I would pay, like $5 for all that meal.
Hell yeah. Hey,
For
bro,
that exact same meal.
Whatever you can fit it in there, throw it in there.
I'd get with him. Man, I appreciate it. I was like, oh, hold on, I got 2 more bags. Hold on.
Yeah, man, I'd give him. I'd go pay like I don't know pennies for what the fuck I got, and then that crowd pleaser came out, and I was like, "Oh, that was Thomas's shit."
Yeah, I've been eating that shit for 2, 3. Yeah.
But it's like, how do you not work somewhere and not hook your boys up, dude? Like,
Oh,
I remember when I
dude.
worked at Show Place 6, dude. Like, I would I would put like literal trash bags of popcorn at the end of the night.
Hell yeah.
Like we'd have buttered popcorn for like 2-3 weeks, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I
On
would,
weekends, man, if I worked, JP would hit me up. My Theo Tony would show up, and a lot of times I'd pay like if I had to for my Theos and stuff. But my sister-in-law at the time, she wasn't my sister-in-law, but she became my sister-in-law. was the manager, and she was cool as shit, man. She's like, I'd ask her, can I throw my partner some meals? Yeah, I do like 12 fucking chili cheese dogs and anything, bro.
But we didn't. I don't remember abusing that with Thomas.
Oh no, yeah,
But
certain people would, yeah.
But Anthony at Taco Bell.
Oh yeah.
We had a homeboy that worked at Taco Bell that was a manager, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
They lost money.
We'd fucking show up
Yeah.
and we'd be like, we want that whole menu.
Yeah.
Give me one of
And
everything.
he would, dude.
He-
And with like not a give a shit, not like, hey, calm down now. That motherfucker, boom. And
Dang.
we'd leave there so stuffed that not even paid a fucking penny.
And you didn't say his last name, so I can say it. And he also sold me weed. So it was cool for me. I'd get Taco Bell and
one-stop
weed.
shop.
Hell yeah.
One-stop shop. They got
Hell
it all
yeah.
there, dude.
Burrito Supreme and the
He's a preacher now, so shout out to him.
Hey, but
Yeah.
Taco Bell used to be good,
Man.
man.
It was
Hell
the
yeah.
shit. It
Real
was. He
good.
worked at the one down the street from Lubbock.
Yes, sir.
Now
It was the shit.
It was.
Yeah.
And they gave you the shit.
Yeah.
It's almost worth it though.
Back-
Smile now, cry later.
What was it called? The 7-layer burrito.
Yeah.
That was my go-to.
Chili cheese burritos.
Chili cheese burritos,
Bro, in
Yeah,
Plainview.
bro.
Was that the one with the Fritos in it?
Well, no, well, it was.
It was the ground beef, right? The
Yeah,
taco
it-
meat with like a red sauce. or
Bro,
something?
I can't describe
Yes,
it.
I
But a few
remember
years
that.
ago in Plainview, my daughter was still wrestling over there, and she called me one night, drunk and probably stoned. She's like, "Road Dog, you'll never believe what I'm eating." She was like, "Check your phone out. She's like, get on Google and put whatever their area code was." And at that Taco Bell, they had brought it back for a limited time.
Damn.
I left that night to fucking Plainview.
Did you really?
I did, bro. They weren't. I went and got like 4 motherfuckers. I went got like just to come home.
He's on his way up there. Like,
Bro, yeah, no, yeah.
I'm gonna tear this up, boy.
You pregame like a motherfucker.
Timing it right.
I told my daughter is to go see her, but I went to go pick up like 3 or 4 fucking chili cheese, and on the way home, bro, I was eating like a kid, but it wasn't as good, but it did the trick.
But just a nostalgia. Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't eat the chili cheese burritos, but my
That was
brother,
my go-to.
we were poor, and so my brother would come home with chili cheese burritos, and back then the tacos were what, 49 fucking cents.
49 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5 he could feed us all, so that was mine and my brother's things, and luxury was the chili cheese burritos, man. So
Dude,
Dog.
I remember going to River Smith when we were kids, and all 4 of us, my sister, me, my mom, and dad, eating meals, like
yeah.
whole meals. And I remember my dad writing a check for like 17
Yeah.
something for the
Literally,
meal.
Writing a
bro.
check.
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened to those fucking days, man? Fuck.
Bro, you know where we went? It's probably been at least 5-6 years, bro. We take my mom to the casino in Choctaw Casino in like Durant, Oklahoma.
yeah.
Well, dude, I went to go get swimming trunks or something. I don't remember that. There's the Walmart over there. They had a taco mayo, bro.
No
They had a,
shit.
It was one of the last ones they said, because I told them, I was like, is this the same taco mayo that, like, 'cause we had them in Lubbock, and she
Yeah.
was like, yeah. She goes, there's 3 of them left, and that was one of the last ones. And dude, I mean, I did what you did. Like, I just got 10 tacos, taco burgers.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, and I just
Remember their
felt
tacos were like
miserable.
29 cents?
Yeah, dude,
It was like
taco
29
mayo.
and 39 out by Ariel's old house. Because, even then, you knew that was cheap. But like, I was like, you could go.
Y'all gonna think I'm full of shit. We went to Taco Mayo all the time. I never ate anything other than the cup of meat and
Hell yeah.
cheese.
Really?
I don't know what it was a menu item.
yeah.
I
That
don't
shit was
remember
good
what it
too,
was
though.
called.
Cup of meat and
But
cheese.
it was
Yeah,
just
dude.
it was just it was a bowl
Yeah.
with fucking meat and then shredded
That was
cheese.
good,
and
dude.
I ordered that every fucking time we
It was
went.
so good back then.
Yeah.
Because there was one right there off of University, right? Remember that back in the day?
Yeah.
Off of like Santa Fe Drive?
That's,
That's
sir.
where that
yeah.
liquor store is at right
Yeah.
now. Yeah. It was good as shit.
Taco
man.
mayo.
I can remember the inside. They had that. It was like a cactus with the sombrero. I remember all that.
You
shit, bro.
remember Taco Mayo or are you too young?
Man, it sounds familiar. I remember Taco Cabana, but not.
It's kind of like
Taco
what Taco
Cabana was dope too.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Taco Casa is now.
Oh, okay.
Similar, but
Yeah, you're right. They're pretty close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're-
You had to be a black belt to go to Taco Cabana.
It's like
Why?
a Waffle House.
Dude,
It's like a Waffle House.
you can get into some chingasas every fucking time
After the
you
club?
went to Taco
After the
Cabana,
bar?
bro.
Oh,
Every,
yeah.
Even in lunchtime at at
at
Lubbock
Lubbock
High.
Yeah.
Fucking so many fights. You're like, God damn, what are they serving here? Like ass whoopings and shit.
Bro,
like,
I saw
fuck.
a dope fight during lunch at Lubbock High. So you remember where I think it was
it
a
Burger
Josie's,
King?
but it was
Oh.
across the street. It was a Pizza Hut.
Oh,
You remember
yeah,
the
yeah,
Pizza
yeah.
Hut right
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Well, dude, everybody would go and share buffets. You
Yeah.
know that like 5 people eating off of one
Yeah,
buffet.
one
I remember
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
our thing. Everybody did it, dude. And so I remember we were there sharing the buffets, and the manager was going around checking receipts. And so I was like, "Hey, y'all, let's go." They're checking receipts. So we dip out and we're across the street, like kind of like I want to say it's like there was a Burger King maybe or Carl's Jr.
Yeah, it was a burger.
right
Burger
across.
King, yeah.
And dude, we just hear a lot of commotion. Well, there's these girls fighting the manager, dude.
What?
They're in the parking lot like fighting, and like they had like construction cones. They're like hitting them over a car, dude. It was like something you would have seen in a movie, bro. Over freaking the buffet.
Dude, just today, someone got stabbed at Walmart
Damn.
over a parking spot, bro.
Which Walmart?
South Loop.
Damn, I was just
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds about right.
Because Eric sent me I guess it was an 806 thing saying like Lubbock man gets stabbed at Walmart and shit, and then they were saying that he got stabbed over a fucking parking spot.
Yeah, Lubbock's gotten ridiculous, man.
the parking
Lubbock's
spots.
wild as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. They're always on that trashy Reddit subreddit, dude. I bet it'll be on there.
And you
I
said
never
it's
heard
dirty
of it.
stuff on there too. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
contact both of you. You said Clapper. I'm gonna go.
I forgot.
I'm gonna give it 4
Now
stars.
Now I remembered it. Clapper.
Yeah,
And
but-
it's still an app. It's still alive.
I mean, I haven't been on it in a while. And Courtney said that he promised Jesus he wouldn't. So he's off it. Now.
That's better.
But it's like TikTok for grown-ups.
Yeah, you can like scroll through and they'll have all sorts of lives and they'll be just. And then I mean, a lot of the time it's like trashy bitches. It's like.
Yeah. You not see no
fucking-
dying
It's
people.
like some
Yeah,
18 bitches.
Yeah.
It's all Avenue Q.
She pulls
Thank you
up
for
her
the
shirt
road.
like this much and you see a nipple.
It's all down there. So you go like that and it's her belly button.
Bro, I remember I was working at the hospital one time in the ER, and there's this big old lady who came in. She had a mustache, like everything. It was crazy, but I remember we were putting EKG patches on. We lifted her shirt up, and I was like, oh shit, she must have had a mastectomy. Like they probably like she had breast cancer or something. Hell nah, bro. Like I lifted her arm to put the leads under here. Her titty was all sitting on there. I was like, God damn.
Saddlebags. Yeah, just scoot her over a little bit and then it just ships over.
Yeah, I was
It
like,
smells funky in here.
them nipples was like this. Putting guns up.
Speaking of funky, it never occurred to me, bro, you being a postman gangster, that in the elements of summer, that y'all got to fight bugs too, like
Oh, yeah.
mosquito bites and
Yeah.
shit. It never
sucks.
occurred to me
It's
that.
awful, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny. Those apartments right off of Indiana and I guess Marshall Sharp, the Edge.
Yeah.
So, dude, I don't know what it is about that, like their little mailroom area, infested with mosquitoes, bro. So I remember, like, if you were to go at the right time, it was just like nothing but dead mosquitoes all over there. Because I would just go to work, bro, with rubber bands, just sniping them out. Yeah, dude, did everything. Dude, the other day I was in your hood, man. I was on Amherst. your
Oh,
old-
yeah.
And I got attacked by 2 dogs, dude, because I just decided to walk. You know, I was like, I'm just gonna get some exercise. It was nice outside because it's driving, right? That
Sprayed
that
the
street.
fuck out of them.
Dude, and look, and most of the time it's pretty. Like I don't take my bag. No, I just take the mail I need in my little dog spray. And I was just chilling, walking, and across the street they chased me, and I ran out and I jumped on the hood of some dude's truck. And I was there. I was so embarrassed, dude. Like my knee still hurts, like from jumping up on that truck. And I'm just sitting there. And it's exactly what I was like. Quit playing. Like look at my roof. Look at my roof. Dude, I was so embarrassed. I was there for like 5-10 minutes. I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna chill here. Like they wouldn't let me down, dude. They would not let me down, and I'm like,
And you didn't have your dog spray?
I had my dog spray, but yeah, like they wouldn't get close enough for me to spray them. And then like as soon as I kind of got down, they would get close, and that's when I just let them have it, bro.
And they ran away?
Yeah, and, well, we called the truce, went our separate ways. So I went and got back in my
You got
truck,
me this
man.
time, puto.
You work at the downtown station? Bro, that's where my dad, like, I was a little kid. My dad's a postman.
Oh, yeah?
Retired now, but he, ever since I was little, we used to go back when they had those silos right there across the street before Marshall Sharp and stuff.
Yeah,
We used to
yeah,
always
back
go
in the
pick him
day.
up back in the day. Yeah, he had some stories. He always had the fucking pepper spray. I was like, what's this? He was like, don't touch it.
Boy, I let that dogs have it. And it's funny because one dog, like, because I'm on a driving route, but the dogs will come and like bark at my window. I'll pop them right in the nose with rubber bands, dude. Just let them know. Just a little check.
Yeah.
I bet people they see me on their Ring cameras shooting their dogs with rubber bands.
Paul was telling me that that at any time y'all can be tested. And what I mean by that, he was saying like if there's weed on the floor or
Oh, yeah, bro.
a fuck ton of money, like they can put it there and see what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit,
bro. And I'm like, get better.
that's bullshit.
Because
man.
28, I'm not gonna be putting people's address on, but there's this one house. They like pick different houses if you're trying to like get us caught up. They put a $20 bill in this mailbox one time. You just leave it there, obviously. And then like maybe a week later, they put $100 bill in that same mailbox. And I'm like, you think we're gonna they'll put weed in the mailboxes.
They'll put weed in there.
That's crazy, bro.
They just want to catch, they're called integrity checks. Yeah, they just want to.
You
see
call
if,
me when they do that.
Like, hey, I didn't take it, but somebody I know might want this.
You see me on camera.
Yeah,
trying to
they
help
do
him
that
out.
all the
That's
time.
crazy, bro.
No, I heard there was $100 bill there.
Yeah, well, they do that all the time.
I'm all looking through. There ain't no weed in this motherfucker.
That's
They
insane
lie.
that they
That's
do
crazy.
that shit,
Uh-huh.
though, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
wild.
bad enough that you're dealing with the upper
Dogs.
management bullshit, dogs and all, and the heat and the fucking elements, and then you're dealing with that too. Like, fuck.
Like,
So what if you find it on the floor?
So what I've been told is if it's in the yard, you gotta leave it alone. But if it's in the streets, fair game. Somewhere they're kicking everything to the street. I don't know. Dude, I found $200 one time in a yard. And I tried. I knocked on the door, to see if it was theirs, and nobody answered. So I was like, well, I didn't put it in my pocket. I just called the supervisor. Hey, I found some cash. It's real windy out here. Probably doesn't even belong to these people. And he's like, well, just turn it in. If nobody picks it up, you can have it.
Hell yeah.
And you kept
Yeah,
it.
after like 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's badass.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, that's just what I was told. If it's in the yard or in the mailbox, you got to leave it alone. But
You
if it's in the
kept it, and
street,
it was counterfeit.
shout out to whoever has it now.
They did,
shit.
they did the marker like,
Bro, did I ever
you
tell you-
mind waiting here? No, fuck
Dog.
you, I'm out.
Dog, one time I was delivering mail, bro, and like it was like my dreams came true. I was driving and I could see like up the road. I was like, man, there's something in the street. And I get close enough, and there's just hundreds of $100 bills.
Oh shit.
All over the street, and I'm like, oh my, dude, I'm freaking out, dude. I'm already spending that money in my head. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get these shoes. I'm gonna, like, dude, and I'm like looking around, and I'm like, I guess I'm gonna pick it up. 'cause it was in the
You're
street.
in that
That's
little
exactly,
capsule.
yes, that's how I
got all
felt, bro.
The money
And I mean,
blowing.
dude, it's like something you would have seen in a movie, bro. I'm not even
Yeah.
joking. Like just all over, and I'm like, man, what happened? Like, how did this happen? And so, dude, sure enough, man, I'm like, I put my mail truck in park, and I go and I'm gathering it up, dude. I'm just picking all that money up, and I stack it together. I've got like a wad of hundreds like this, and I'm like, what do I freaking do? Like, it obviously belongs to somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I mean, it is what it is. It was in the street. They told me if it's
Yeah.
something in the street, it's fair game. And so I'm like, man, so I gathered up as much as I could. And I mean, dude, I could have sworn it was real. But then like you look into it and like there's just little things off. Like it was like I don't know if it was counterfeit money or if it was like money for like a music video or something like. But they ended up being fake. But I
Oh,
freaked out,
shit.
dude. Yeah,
That sucks.
it was dope. I mean, just the whole street full of $100 bills.
Like I've heard movies, like the Hollywood movies, like it looks like real money, but then on the actual print is like for motion picture film only or some shit like that.
This one had little like watermarks of like Chinese letters. That's how I knew.
That's
it was
how
fake.
I found some counterfeit with Chinese letters. Exact, but it's everything looks real.
Yeah.
The lettered prints are real small. The ones you're talking about, the motion picture, you'll see all these people on TikTok with all the money.
Yeah.
You can buy it off of eBay and all sorts. Like $100 for. I don't know the exact amount, but like $20,000. It's all fake.
Yeah.
But you can buy shit like that. And so that's what people do now. Yeah.
It even feels real.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. That
Bro, if I didn't know any better,
Yeah.
you would have thought it was real.
So when I found some, I was mowing a yard with my old partner, and
But I found a sucker who took it.
well, I took it to one of those little
it
India
got
stores
changed.
because I was trying to make sure I didn't want to
He
get
went to
caught.
Das Mart.
Hell yeah. I did. It's a correction, but no, he checked it and he said no. And I was like, oh, I told him that somebody had just gave it to me, but and then I went and bought weed with it.
Even better.
My bad. Allegedly.
Hey man, can I break this?
Can I break this?
Just give me 20 back. It's all good,
Yeah,
bro. It's your lucky day. Just give me 20
I'm
back.
gonna bless you. I'm gonna bless you.
Hey man, speaking of cheating people, so the other day I got stopped, or I didn't get stopped. My car broke down. Headed back from Dallas. Me, Omar, and Courtney went to Dallas for a taco festival. I was coming back and I got like fucking my car overheated. I had to pull over to the rest stop, get a tow truck, take me back to Abilene. So the dude was telling me the story, man, because I was asking him, I was like, so what hotel do you recommend? Because I had to stay the night. He was like, well, don't go to Motel 8, super, you know, 8, all that shit. He was like, those are the prostitutes. He's like, there's a lot.
Shit.
He's like, there's a lot of prostitutes here. He's like, so there's a story. He was like, there's a 16-year-old who fucking got a prostitute, right? He messaged her and stuff, had the money ready. It was like $200, but he only paid her $180. He was only 16. She crawled through his window, fucked him, left, and then she found out that she was short 20. So she was hitting him up, and he wasn't answering. Just kept blowing his shit up. He's like, hey, if you don't stop, I'm going to go ahead and tell him that you molested me. And so she kept doing it. She kept doing it. And so this motherfucker, sure enough, called the police, and he was like, hey, this prostitute molested me.
That's a tight move. That's a tight
They
move.
took her to jail. He got the money back.
I got his money back too.
Legendary shit right there.
Dude.
That dude was like, this dude's going places. I was like, hell yeah.
Cut to 5 years later, he's doing like pyramid schemes and stuff like that with
All
people.
right, so
Bart Rager.
I can't say names. I can't say names. Somebody I know. I don't think y'all know this person. Just for
Pretend.
clearance, like to make it clear. Got a prostitute, paid her, and then like 2 weeks later gets a message, I guess from her pimp or her John or whatever, and was like, "Hey, you didn't pay my girl," and like calls him. And was like, "I'm gonna kill your family," all this bullshit, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like I paid her. He's like, sent her the screenshot of the Cash App. He's like, "Nah, man, you didn't pay my girl." Like those bullshit, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill your family," all this shit. He's like. So he said he fucking left. Like he literally left town. He's like, I go, dude, like
what do you do?
Like, bro, what the fuck?
They posted up as Slayton, like, hey, man, I'm going to lay low for a little while.
He's all, babe. So people might be looking for you.
How
but I
do
had
you
to leave.
explain
I
that?
had, yeah.
You know, like, hey, y'all, don't go home tonight.
But I was like, obviously it was a money grab, bro. Like you sent him the screenshot that you cashed after. I mean, he was just,
like that story San Juan told, like one of your first episodes about somebody he knew that they finessed
extorted
him.
him?
They finessed him through Messenger.
$50.
He's like, he didn't even have 50 bucks.
Somebody I know had that same thing happen to them.
but did they go through it with it?
So-
because one said that they legit sent it
To people?
to everyone,
No.
all of his friends on Facebook.
The person I
So
know,
like his dad, his mom, all of them got the video of him jerking
They
off
must have pissed him off
for
or something.
$50,
$50,
bro.
dude.
Damn, that's
God,
crazy.
dude.
I've been off
Yeah, it was like this person I knew. They
low key.
same thing. Like it was like a hot chick with a fake profile. Hit him up and just kind of sweet talked him. Sent him pictures, nudes of her, and then she was like, "So send me pictures of you." He sends her pictures, and she's like, you know, it's not me. It's like send me.
Stupid.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. And it's like, I think it was like $500 is what they wanted. So he had to explain to his wife why he had to pull $500 out of their savings account.
Damn,
Oh, he paid.
He had to pay. Yeah, he paid.
Fuck.
that's crazy. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
that.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, legit, if you're doing shit like that, then you deserve to get
That's,
busted.
that's kind of
For
how
real.
that's kind of see it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Especially with AI now, I don't even trust a
I don't trust shit.
FaceTime.
Hell
Like,
no.
you know what I mean?
I've always said when a model, some drop dead gorgeous bitch sends me a friend request, I'm like, man, she don't want nothing to do with me. That's not real.
Do y'all
life.
get hit up all the time? I have like every day at least 25 messages, and they all start with "Hey dear," and I'm like, "Bitch, you know this is fake. Who the fuck says "Hey dear"? And then what I'm getting now is you're gonna think this is weird, but my best friend thinks you're cute, and it's like all the same message from like 25
They just
different
copy and
accounts.
paste it,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're like, give me a fucking break, man.
But you know they do
know
it
you're
because
lying.
somebody falls for it.
but that's
You
what
know,
I'm saying.
eventually
Who the
somebody
fuck falls for
will
that?
fall for it.
I
Some
like,
old dude that's not tech savvy. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not cute. I know.
We have a
You lying.
You lying.
Yeah, you lying. Hey.
we have a friend who I think they said their grandma is still to this day getting catfished because she thinks that she's talking to like a famous
Brad Pitt.
person. Yeah,
I see that
and,
a lot, bro.
And like sending them like basically life savings money, and you cannot get it across.
Somebody you know?
Her
Hey,
head.
What's her handle, bro? I'm gonna hit her up.
That's not that famous person, bro.
I gotta check my mom's Facebook to make sure. I literally tell her like you can't just trust any. And she's smart, but she's getting older and not nearly as she's naive. You know what I mean? And so I'll joke with her, but let me check your fucking messages Make sure you're not sending some money to Makbach or
Bro, my mom,
and
dude.
shit.
My mom, I was trying to set something up on her phone. I don't remember what it was, and just me being nosy, cause she had Instagram. I was like, my mom has
What the fuck?
Instagram.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
like I had no idea she had Instagram. You know who the only person she was following is Champagne Poppy, bro.
Oh shit! Oh
That's
shit!
Grizzly.
I was like, why is my
That's
mom following
Grizzly.
Drake, dude?
Grizzly.
She must have seen that video.
Oh, she saw that big.
The fucking snake.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
And
Ramos.
I looked at the phone and I was like, Mom,
She's all,
Mom.
That's badass,
Yeah,
bro.
and like, but I didn't call her out on it because I was like, I wonder if like she did it on purpose, like she knows or like. And I remember telling my sister,
He's
I go,
cute, mijo.
I go, Mom, like two things. Shock. She has an Instagram for one, had no clue, but she has an Instagram and a Facebook to spy on her church, her little church friends, like for the
Yeah.
cheeseman, for the cheeseman.
Yeah, for the
Hell yeah.
cheese.
Because it's not even under her name; it's under like some alias, bro. And so she has her Facebook, but then yeah, she's got Instagram, and like I went to whoever she's following, just Drake.
That's funny
Drake's the only
shit,
one she's
bro.
following. I was like, what in the world?
Drizzy.
Dude? It's funny though. I was like, what in the world? And I was kind of thinking like maybe she saw him on like a show or something, and like I don't
What
know.
show is he on?
That's
She chose.
a show of his own. Boy. Got his own
chose
private
size.
showing, dude.
She chose size. She's like, it's either him or
Or
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
That's badass.
Let me find out my mom's a hip hop head on the low, but they never even told me, dude.
You remember that movie, that show, Fresh Off the Boat?
I used to
Yes,
love that show
yes.
with Eddie Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently that's like a true story
Based off
of
his
his
life,
life,
yeah.
right?
Okay.
And
The first season was. They said after that it
I
kind
trip
of.
out because the mom was like, Eddie, why you got shirts of black men?
My mom tells me that all the time, even to this
and
day.
I used to do that shit too when I was a kid. I had went to the Galleria in San Antonio, I think. And it was for vacation, obviously. I think we went to SeaWorld or Fiesta, Texas. And we went to the mall. And I fucking begged and kicked and screamed for a fucking Malcolm X shirt. and I remember,
Yo,
of
come on,
course, they
Mom.
bought it for me because I fucking raised hell for it. And I remember wearing it. My Uncle Fabian was like, the fuck you wearing that shirt for?
I was just saying, I would wear the Africa medallions, bro. I'd get them at the flea market, dude. I'd be wearing cross
Mr.
colors.
Window.
Don't forget Arrested Development. That was me.
Public
Dude,
enemy
I
over
had
here.
the freaking you know, you go to the flea market, they have the Bart Simpson shirts, but it was
Yeah.
the black Bart Simpson. It was a black Bart
I
Simpson with the
remember
line
that.
shaved in his head like
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice. Dude, yeah, I was
Mr.
about that,
Window.
dude. That and like the cross colors.
You know how
Cross colors
vintage
is-
vintage
Yeah.
T-shirts are back, like
Yeah.
they're a thing now.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if like vintage counterfeit is a thing
That's
too.
a thing, bro.
Because
Yeah.
like the black Bart Simpson,
That's a
I
thing.
wonder if that shirt is worth a lot of fucking
Dude,
money.
I wish I remember this guy's name. He had a Netflix show and he had like a vintage store in like Arizona somewhere, and he said the knockoff stuff, the knockoff vintage, were like the biggest sellers. Like you can go and get like a fake Gucci shirt, but you know it's fake.
Yeah.
those were the ones that were selling like $300-$400 a shirt.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts,
Yeah.
dude.
And you can pay for a real Gucci.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
$300-$400. Damn.
Uh huh.
Damn.
That and those. Do you remember they had the like they were the striped? I don't know if it was Guess or Jabot shirt, but they had the like the colored like a black and like purple striped shirt, and I think it was Guess, and then it said Guess in the middle.
I think it was Guess.
Like those were like selling for like hundreds of dollars and stuff like that.
The Guess T-shirts that I remembered, like they were actually stitched. You know,
Yeah.
Those are the only ones.
If
that
you
I
had the
remember.
red triangle there for girls,
for real.
you never. I never cared. I would if they were they had
had, like,
the
five
Guess,
of them.
I'd wear them anywhere.
So what was
yeah.
the men's one? The
Green.
green.
Green, yeah. I was
yeah.
too poor to afford them, so I didn't give a shit either. I was like,
Yeah.
anyone that somebody hand them down to me, I'd wear them.
I never had Guess jeans. Never.
They didn't fit. So
Yeah, they had the was it
The
Pepe?
Pepe, yeah.
Pepe, yeah.
In Buffalo. You get them at Renegade right
Yeah,
there,
Rene-
University. Renegade,
You remember
yeah.
the traumatic clothing? Husky.
Traumatic?
Husky, bro.
All
Dog.
my jeans were fucking huskies.
Story of my.
Dude, there's a wall at Walmart.
Lee jeans and huskies.
Do you remember the Walmart right there where it was a big lots next to the True Fit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right when you walk in, they had like the little area where you get snacks and
I
stuff.
got banned from
that wall
Walmart.
behind there was all the Huskies, Doug.
I got banned from that
He said I
Walmart.
got banned from that.
For
one.
real?
I did. Peer pressure, bro. Peer pressure's a motherfucker. I think we were in 5th grade or 4th grade, and I went to that Walmart with my cousin Joe, and this motherfucker pressured me into stealing a fucking. Remember those braided belts? Those braided
Yeah,
leather belts.
you
I was
loop it
like,
around?
I was like, nah, man, I'm not. And he like, come on, dude, like, take one with me, and he had his on. So in my mind, I was like gonna please him and put it on, and then right before we went to go pay, I was gonna take it off, and I forgot.
Damn.
I totally forgot, cause I was not gonna steal that, and then I remember fucking, and I don't know if still to this day, Walmart's like that, but back then, bro, they were fucking ninjas. Like you couldn't steal shit from Walmart. And yeah, we walked out, like we were trying to walk out, and then they grabbed us, and my cousin's mom was like, "Don't be touching anyone!" Like raised hell. And,
You're guilty the whole time.
They were like, "They're stealing belts," and like show her, and I was like, "Fuck, I forgot." Anyways, long story short, got my ass whooped, and they told me that I could never go back to that Walmart. And of course you can.
I was like, you think they really meant
But
it?
I remember like my dad would go in there and I'd have to wait in the car. Because he's like, wait your ass here, you can't go in this Walmart. I'm like, fuck.
You're all sweating, waiting on you to get back, dude. You criminal. You got to sit there and wait it out.
Yeah, dude, that was like the biggest ass whooping of my life that he gave me. He was like, oh, you want to steal? Boom, like, fuck. And I never had any intentions of ever really stealing it, and I just forgot.
Yeah, I won't forget shit now. Yeah, the old Walmart.
I had to do
braided leather belt.
I had to
bro.
do community service because Flams was stealing, and I was his accomplice. I didn't even know I was his accomplice, man. We would go to the at Cavazos. We would go to Amigos. Well, it was before it was Amigos. It was just United.
Yeah.
And we would go to the magazines. They had like the Electronic Gaming Monthly magazines and all those. Well, we would get all the codes.
Because sometimes they had the codes.
Yeah, we would write down the codes for the fatalities and
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
Then we had a keyboarding class. We would type them out and sell them for $1.
fuck.
Like, yeah, we'd type them out, print all the fatalities and stuff.
Yeah, I had a little
Oh,
business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool,
Just
man.
supporting small businesses.
I know,
man.
right? Well, that's what we would do. We would go get a donut and then go get all that stuff. Well, I didn't know this fool was stealing bubble gum, like the blue Winter Fresh, the 25
Yeah,
cent.
yeah.
He would wear long sleeves and stick it up his sleeve like that. And I didn't know that he was stealing gum, dude. and so I was just there, minding my own business. When we walk out, and I do. If I see that cop, I still remember him to this day because he was a jerk, bro. He manhandled, like, dude, we were like 7th, 8th grade, pushed us up against the wall, like over 25 cent gum, like made a big old deal, dude.
That's crazy.
And they took us to the back cameras, like the counter where they have
How
all the.
often did he do that?
I don't know. Like he'd probably been doing it the whole time.
Because they're just posted up waiting for y'all one day.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? I'm gonna ask him. I wonder how long he'd been. Honestly, I thought we got in trouble because we were stealing those codes. That's what I
Yeah.
thought we got in trouble for. And dude, and it's so funny, dude. Like we can't take anything serious, man. So we're scared. Like we're there. The real cop arrested us. And the music playing is that "Send Me an Angel," and we're sitting there like trying not to laugh at it. Dude, and like I'm wondering if they had like a DJ, like just DJing because that played, and then right after that, I was like, "All I need is a miracle." All I need, and me and Flash are just looking at each other like, man, trying not to laugh.
The Carlton dance.
Yeah, they cue up the theft soundtrack.
That whole Walmart incident, they probably would have let us go, legit, like slap on the wrist, get the fuck out of here. But my cousin's mom raised so much hell.
She ruined it for you.
Like, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, shut up, lady. Like,
You're making it worse.
They are legit probably gonna let us go. And she's like, y'all shouldn't touch my boys like that. All this, like, fucking raising hell. And then sure enough, they're like, we're gonna call the cops. I was like, fuck.
And they did. They called the
Yeah,
cops.
they called the cops.
Damn.
Yeah.
Imagine being the cop and getting in that car, like, dude, really?
And
Like,
I had to go to the detention center, the LCYC. I had to go for probation. I had to go talk to
bona fide criminal.
for a fucking belt, bro.
Did you have to go to
I
juvenile
think
court?
I went for like 5 or 6 months,
The
bro.
juvenile court,
I can't remember because people ask me that, and I don't remember going to.
remember
that.
teen court?
teen court.
Teen court?
That's what it
Yeah,
basically
teen
is.
court.
Yeah,
I'm sure I did, but I
Yeah.
don't remember it.
yeah.
Yeah, I had community service, bro. The whole summer.
Yeah,
Ruined my summer.
For that thing. I got banned from Walmart, and then I had to go talk to that PO once a week for like 5 months, 6 months.
That's crazy.
I think
Yeah,
they're trying to like scare you straight.
And they
you know?
did.
Yeah.
They did, because I was like, I ain't stealing shit. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
that.
And then like hindsight, now that I'm there, like all Flams had to do, like he didn't even know. He could have just told them because I didn't know he was stealing gum, And like me, I was like, man, I thought he got in trouble for stealing something else.
But what
Like,
happened, like,
we both had community
no, but
service.
what
yeah.
happened, like, so they tell you, all right, he's stealing gum, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I
And
got
so
a quarter in my pocket.
in my head, I'm like, oh, That's what he got in trouble. I thought we got in trouble for stealing the codes and stuff.
That Town and Country where H&R Block's at. Mm-hmm. We had a homeboy that would roll up just paper, and then he'd crack his backpack so he wouldn't seal it all the way. He'd put a gap in the backpack, and then he put the paper in that little hole, and then he'd be dropping candy bars in that little
Tight
fucking
move.
hole, right?
Dawg, that's another
And,
level right there.
He fucking had a backpack full of fucking candy, and they walked out, and sure enough, they caught him, and he fucking threw the backpack to Chris, and I guess they had to wait for the cops to show up, and then Chris was like, "What the fuck do I do with this backpack?" And he said he fucking threw it over the fence because he ran down the alley. He threw it over the fence for somebody's house and shit. And I was like, "Bro, you were gone. Like you were home free.
already
Like,
good,
why did
yeah.
you fucking keep
You
the
had the
bag?"
merch already,
Yeah.
Imagine going outside and picking up that backpack. You like, damn.
Man, being a kid, yeah.
You're like, "Damn, this dude sucks at math."
Hey, bro, you know what's fun? I forgot to tell you one more detail to like when that cop got us, dude. We had a fake microphone, bro. Like we would pretend to rap. Like it was like a fake made out of like paper and like just tape wadded up, right? But it was a microphone, and we would stick it up people's butt all the time at school. We'd walk around and just we're stupid kids.
Dumb shit.
Yeah, and I remember I had that in my bag, dude. And so the cop, like, he's like, "What's this?" He's like, all smelling it, and I'm like, because he thought there was like drugs in there, dude. And I remember trying not to laugh, like, "But you know how many booties that's been up, dude?" Because like he's sitting there, he goes, "Y'all better hope there's not drugs in this." And so he's unwrapping that microphone, dude. And I just remember that, dude, like we were just stupid,
You
man.
just unlocked another memory. Like, legit. That day from Walmart when we got caught stealing, you remember those switchblade combs from the,
Dude, those
from
are
the
sweet.
flea market?
Yeah.
The little comb. Well, my cousin made me that comb. Like, he fucking took the comb out, and then he, like, slid in a broken knife. In
For
it,
real?
right?
God dang, dude.
So I had a switchblade knife. But
They knew you were
but
a
if
criminal, bro.
If it opened fast, that blade would
Fling
like
out.
fling out, right? So I had that in my pocket, right? And the whole fucking time I'm like getting my ass chewed out by this cop, and like I'm thinking to myself, "Please don't search me. Please don't search
you got that blicky on you,
knife on me."
He's gonna open it up and get shot in the face with the blade, dude.
I just wanted to comb my hair.
Well, because you could. Hey, what? Okay, we were talking about this on the podcast one time. What is it about when you're combing your hair? What's this hand do? You always do
You
that,
always
like.
pat it.
flick it back.
Yeah, you pat it.
But a lot of times you don't even touch your hair. It's just like you guide it, right? You just guiding your hair.
Guide it, you're right.
It's a spot, or something, you know, like
Well, I think that's just watching our tios and shit and our
with the
dads.
tres flores. You know,
Yeah, like that.
or you watch a movie. This hand doesn't do anything, bro. They just
Oh, dude, that's a good point. I never thought
it doesn't do
'cause, like,
anything,
yeah.
right? Because you watch like I don't know why in my head I picture like the Outsiders, right? Like
Right.
the greasers. You know, they're combing their hair, but they're doing this.
Yeah.
Pony boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they ain't doing nothing with his hand.
That's funny.
You can
dude.
still
I never
comb your
thought
hair
of
like
that.
this, but they go like that, dude, every time.
You know, it's been. I couldn't tell you how long it's been since I combed my hair.
Me neither.
For real.
I've been bald for years.
Yeah, I was gonna say me too.
I'm bald too.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
But-
Father Tom's my barber.
But I have hair and I've never combed it. Even like for important events that I can't wear a hat at, I don't want to fucking comb.
I remember
my
you used to
hair.
have bangs back in the day, like
Yeah.
in junior high.
Shit, dude.
Bangs was
Shit,
popping.
Flutter them out. When did you start losing your hair?
Well,
20s or 30s?
it was like late 20s.
For
And
real?
then I cut it like 30s because I had a patch of hair. And then how I knew was because I was in the ICU and this chick was like, "Can I braid that?"
That reverse ponytail.
You bitch.
And I was like, "You know what?"
You had that
I was like,
unicorn
"It's time."
instead?
Yeah. It was an island.
Well, well, it had to grow long for the comb over.
Spread it out. Spread it out.
She said, "Could I braid that?"
Were you 20s or 30s?
I've always knew it was like
was
right
thinning
on.
in
But
the
yeah,
20s?
I mean, I've always kind of had crappy hair, but I think probably mid 20s I could see the writing on the wall.
real?
I just knew it was real thin.
Yeah.
You know, and
Receiving.
right after I got married, I was like, all right, I'm locked in. I'm shaving my head.
So that I can't remember what podcast it was. Oh, it was We Might Be Drunk when Joe McHale was on there. Did you see that one?
Mm-mm.
And Mark Norman was like, "All right, man, I'm just gonna fucking ask you to not make it awkward."
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah, about to say.
how much did it cost, or where did you go? And he said that because one of my old bosses did where they
take a patch?
where they took the patch from your back of your head and then they put it, and he said that was the most painful shit
I would
ever.
imagine.
And he grew a lot of hair back, but it still wasn't to his satisfaction. But I mean, he's not bald no more. But then on this podcast, when Marco Norman asked Joe McHale, he said there's a new thing, like it's actually hair plugs, like your real hair.
Because everybody
And-
goes to Turkey for it. That's like the place to go.
And he was
Turkey.
saying that this guy was in LA and it was only like 10 G's.
Damn.
Dude, I'm at the point where I don't care.
Because Joe McHale
Yeah,
has
me
a
too.
full
Yeah, I
head
could
of
care
fucking
less.
hair.
That's like Brian Urlacher too. Brian Urlacher was fucking bald, and he's like the spokesperson for Bosley and shit. Fucking. Then when they take out, like you said, from like a patch and then put it up here and shit.
Because my old boss had to miss like 2 months of work.
For that?
Because like he couldn't even go outside, like the wind and shit. It would legit fuck up the surgery.
Really?
He would like waste his money.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I was like a few weeks ago. I was looking for a charger for like some clippers, and I was going through like the drawers and dude, I had freaking Rogaine in there. I never took it, but I guess Jennifer might have bought it for me or something. Like she's like, I'm tired of having this bald ass husband, and I had some in there, and I was like I never really cared about being
Try
bald.
it?
Yeah.
Did you try it? Just in case.
I
I
don't
would have
care.
been like,
Dude,
see if it grew
the
back.
reason I know
Yeah.
that none of that stuff works is because there's billionaires that are bald.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Like
if
a
that stuff,
Bezos?
Like
that's
dick
what I'm
pills?
saying. Yeah.
Remember when dick pills first came out? You're like, does that really work? Like, come on.
Yeah, no,
Everyone
like-
would be fucking swole dick if that really fucking worked.
It would, right?
stains.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that stuff worked, man, forget it, dude.
It's like dick enlargement pills. You're like, I don't know about that.
Me, I was like, I already spent $12,000. That's bullshit.
Or like those penis pumps.
Oh yeah.
I know people that have bought penis pumps.
Well, I actually came across some medical thing where she was talking about a bunch of shit, and then she brought up penis stretching, and then I was like, what? And she was saying that penis pumps do work, and I was like, all this time I
They
could've
do
bought a
work?
penis pump? Yeah, she was saying how the stretching and the penis pump, but she did.
Well, I got
say,
the stretching down.
She did say that it does. You do have to like do it for hours a day.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And you would see results, but she did say it would be hours, and the results were not
Minuscule.
not that noticeable.
That's all good.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just be funny.
It's
Say
like, well, I
jokes.
hadn't had a complaint yet, so I'm
It's
all
all
right.
good. I just be charming.
You're just watching porn, like, God damn, everybody got a big dick.
Well, dude, that's so. I told my wife one time, dude. I don't remember how it came up, but I was telling her like it's a stereotype for a reason, you know. Like, but I'm like, you're watching the pros, you know.
the
You're like,
A-teams.
yeah, you're watching these are the pros. Like, most people don't look like that. That's what I'm trying to like convince her. Like, that ain't most guys.
It's not most
You're
guys,
watching
man.
the dream team. Like, you know, these are the 1%.
In her mind, she's like, whatever, motherfucker.
Yeah, she's like,
I'm
yeah,
a
right.
nurse, and I've seen plenty of penises, and that is correct.
See,
I mean, I've seen some fucking,
Some mandingos.
but most everybody's
Damn,
like,
man, can I borrow that when you're done with it?
Well, see, it's funny since you're saying you're a nurse, dude. Like I was talking about it on our podcast one time when I had like this a big cyst in my leg that they had to get taken out.
Yeah.
And I remember like I didn't want to get put to sleep.
Yeah.
And finally they take me to the ER and it's cold in the ER and I was like, nah, y'all don't gotta put me to sleep. Like it's all good. They're just. And the reason I didn't want that to happen is because I didn't want them to see my pecker all shriveled up, dude, because it was cold. Because I was like, man, Lubbock's small. Like these nurses, these nurses, you might know them, you know, they're the people that are in the ER. And I'm like, so I was holding in a fart before I went in, so I know that came out when I was out, and I know my meat was just shriveled up, man. And I was like, man, this is embarrassing.
When I had
dude.
that surgery, when I woke up, it was at UMC, I think, one of them. But it was I could tell it was a gay guy. Like I know because I was raised around gay people. But he was real cool talking to me. But once I came to, I was like, oh, this dude saw my
You know he
dick.
saw your meat, yeah.
And he's like, do you want a popsicle? And I'm like, this motherfucker saw my dick. That's all I That's all I could think of, bro.
Bro, you know what's crazy though is that like we've had some dudes passed out and they've had some fucking horse dicks.
Yeah.
And like you'll have nurses go to other nurses and they'll be like, go in that room and look. And you'll see like fucking nurses go in there like,
See,
what?
that's my biggest.
I'm
It's
like-
true. I know they.
I'm like, damn, man, y'all just gonna go look at it. But I mean, it's like my boy back in the day. They did the EKG. I ain't gonna say his name because he probably get his license taken. But he used to tell the girls because you don't have to take off everything to put an EKG.
Yeah,
but he'd tell them, he'd be like, nah, you gotta get butt naked.
You gotta take your
Hey,
underwear off. and everything.
rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
I don't make 'em.
He was like, pull your shirt up, and she's like trying to. He's like, no, you gotta pull it all the way up.
This is all alleged. Alleged. Joke. Alleged.
I don't know this.
He's like, pull it up a little bit
Get
more.
them things out.
And I'd just be like, because I was like a fucking tech. I wasn't even nurse yet, and I was just with him, and I was all.
Hey, sorry.
Bonus titties.
Just looking at the
Those are bonus titties.
Hell yeah.
Rules are rules, man. Sorry. I don't
And
make them. I
was
just
like-
follow them.
That's what he said.
I don't know. I'm just a tech.
That's kind of awesome, man. But now that I know,
Yeah.
we're looking at my shrinkage.
Well, I went when I
I'm a
worked at
grower.
when I worked at South Plains in the warehouse. We would load up equipment for a bunch of contractors throughout the day, and I overheard a contractor say that like his wife was a doctor or something in the ER surgery center, and he was saying how she was telling him that all the doctors look.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, like doctors be in there and they see a bigger dick and they're like, damn.
Taking selfies next to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, that's what he was. I overheard that conversation that he was telling. He was like, "Yeah, my wife says that all the doctors look like if it's a smart woman,
I see.
like they'll
Oh,
fucking,
yeah.
they'll take looks." And I'm like, "Fuck, what the fuck, man?"
Imagine being a titty doctor and just being like,
I mean, that'd be kind of dope.
I tried being a
your job.
gynecologist, but they told me I couldn't eat on the job. So I was like, fuck.
Hey, give him the mic, dog. Give him the mic.
I don't think you want to eat on that
I know,
job.
yeah.
you know what's crazy?
Not in love again.
I was doing clinicals at a
Talk about-
gyne office, and so I was thinking that, like, because I would go in with the doctor, and he would ask them, he would like, he's doing pap smears, and he was like, "You okay with him staying?" So I was thinking all like these self-conscious like chicks who look good were gonna be like, "No, can he step out?" You know. Nah, it was opposite. It was like all the big girls or all the fucking old ladies. They were like, "Can he step out?" I was like,
Thank you. I was
You
gonna
got
step
it,
out
dude.
anyway.
You're already halfway out the door and shit.
I was like, huh?
You know what, Doc? I'm gonna sit this one out.
and then all the other chicks and I'll just be like, but then this shit. I mean, there's nothing attractive about a pap smear. They fucking
Oh,
open
yeah.
that bitch
Yeah.
up.
With a
Chicks all-
fucking shoehorn.
And it's like nothing
Yeah.
new to them. Like,
Nah.
like about a month ago, I got for the first time, I got my prostate checked, right? And it's funny, dude, because like I was there in the doctor's office and like we were just talking and he's putting gloves on and I don't put I'm like, the fool put on gloves on. You know, I didn't
Hey,
even
take
think
your
about
Super
it.
Bowl ring off, Doc.
Yeah, dude. And then I'm like, oh, I get what he's, but like, dude, he did it so like, I mean, it's no big deal.
It kind of felt good.
Did he give you the reach around at least?
It sucked, but I honestly, bro, I thought it was gonna hurt. It didn't hurt. It sucked. It just
Yeah.
felt
It's just
awful.
weird,
It just
yeah.
felt like
Well,
pressure.
you had another
That shouldn't
man's
be there.
finger in your ass, yeah. Like,
Dude,
it's
but
just
it was
awkward
like,
as fuck.
Like,
yeah.
I'm
Uncle Dog.
like I'm scarred, like in my head. But like he just popped the gloves off, and I felt like a hooker, dude. I felt like a cheap prostitute because he goes, "Hey, there's some wipes right there. Go and clean yourself up."
Now you
And he just
know.
turns around and he's typing, and I'm sitting there with my drawers on my ankles, and I'm there wiping my butt, dude, with the baby wipes right in front of him. It was so like degrading, dude.
Everybody heard
Did I
It was so
ever tell
degrading.
y'all-
Yeah, dude, exactly. I just found a spot on the wall, and I was like, "Okay, man, let's get this over with, dude."
Did I ever tell you about my physical when I got hired on at South Plains Electric? So if you get hired on over there, it requires a physical. And this fucking doctor dropped to a knee when it was time to touch my junk. Bro.
What?
He dropped to a knee and was like eye level with my junk. And then like my little small ass sausage, he like moved it to the side to like
awesome,
grab
dude.
this ball, and then he moved it back to grab that ball, and I felt so violated, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, number one, you didn't need to do all that, and I'm like, You didn't have. He's eye level with the shit, and I'm
And
like,
he did like on Key and Peele. You ever see that skit where like does the excessive celebrating, does the pump?
Oh, yeah.
That one little pump.
dude, I legit walked out of there and I felt dirty.
That's how I felt, dude.
What
Yeah.
the fuck just happened? This fucking dude, man.
Yeah, and I remember we were driving to Austin that morning that it happened. I was in the car and I was just like just traumatized, dude. And I was, and Jennifer's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "No."
I need counseling.
Like I was like, I was not mentally prepared for that, man. I wasn't. And she goes, "Get over it. They do it, you know." She's like, "I do it once a year and this and that." I'm like, "Yeah, but
Oh, no, ain't no
like,
get over it.
I'm
Fuck
like,
no.
man."
He's all lighting a cigarette after he's off.
Could have taken me to
Like, I
dinner
know.
first.
He's all even.
Before he takes the glove off, he's all, he's all smelling his finger and shit.
It was so degrading, dude. The way he just,
There's
He's all
some
go
white
check out
bees.
up front.
I just felt like a piece of meat to him.
So I go get heart, what is it called? Stress test
Yeah.
every other year, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm always like, man, don't put me on this fucking treadmill. Please don't put me in there. Like, all right, you ready? And I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? Because I think you got to go to like 175 on your heart rate.
Yeah.
And then you got to be on there. When you get there, you don't
For a
get to
while.
like, all right, stop. They
You gotta
keep you
maintain it.
going. I'm
Yeah.
like, it just sucks, man. But this one time, they were like, all right, you ready to go in this room? And there was no treadmill in that room. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Finally, I'm not going to have to get on that treadmill. This fucking dude, you know, that sonogram shit? This asshole fucking got that tube of lube or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
And he just went, like he just shot it on my chest. That was the
Shot it
most,
on your chest.
dude, that
Like,
was
hey,
the most awkward as shit because it just like it legit felt like this dude just came on me. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it just squirted all on my chest.
You're
and he's-
looking for a towel.
And then, yeah. And then he's like, oh, hold on, I'll be right back. And
You're
like,
sitting there, so running.
yeah, it's all on my
Aw,
fucking
dude.
chest. And then like he goes and he comes back with some device, and then yeah,
Thought you were
he's
at a freak
fucking-
off.
I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
And then they talk to you like it's like nothing. They're like, so, you see the Spurs?
I'm like, hey, are we not gonna address what you just did to me, bro?
You shot a load on me, sir.
So you got any vacations planned?
It's probably funny. Him and his like coworkers, they got a bet. Like, let's see how many people we could do it
We
to
just squirt 'em with
before
that
they say
shit.
something about it.
Yeah, because
You know, like a Super Troopers.
He fucking told me, sit down, then he's like, all right, take your shirt off. He's like, lay back, and then he went, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
And you're
He
laying
goes,
down, you just lift your head up like, come on, man.
So, yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? And then he goes, I'll be right back. And you're right, he probably went to this fucking room. He's like,
We
I
got
got
one, I got
another
one,
one. I got another one.
Because you know how Super Troopers are like playing
Meow.
meow, like, all right, meow. They got their own thing. Like, let's see who we can squirt on. They're not saying something.
You
You're
all
all,
look like
you're
a
all.
cat to you.
All right,
Jumping
meow.
all nimbly, bimbly. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
That's freaking funny, dude. Because I remember I played games like that by myself. I used to do this like when I'm out allegedly. I would see how I could. How loud I could get before they hear me. I'll tell people to shut up, like when they're talking to me. I was going like, man, shut up.
Oh,
Shut
okay,
up.
okay.
What'd you say?
Shut up. And
You're like, what, huh?
I remember this so one time I was on Flam's route, and he's at those. He delivers those apartments across from Tech, and so I got one of my earbuds in, and I'm just getting the mail ready. Well, this chick comes out. It was actually an older lady. She goes, hey, I was wanting to know if I had a package, and I go, I said I'm a substitute on this route. I don't know, like you're gonna have to wait for me to go through all this stuff. She's like, oh, okay. You know how long it's gonna take us? 15 minutes. And so usually they leave me, but she's hovering around the whole time, dude. And she's just like, yeah, because I'm waiting on this package because I'm fixing to go out of town. And I'm like, all right. Like,
I
okay.
got it, bitch.
Yeah, like, I get it, you know? And she just won't shut up. And so I'm sitting there and she's still rambling on about, I'm trying to get this package. And I go, shut up. And I didn't realize I said it loud because I had my headphones on. I go, shut up. And she goes, excuse me? And so I'm like, huh? She goes, you just tell me to shut up. I go, oh, no, I'm on the phone. I'm sorry. I have to play it out. She goes, okay. But it was a game I would play, like, just to see how much I could tell people to shut up before they hear me.
Damn.
I did that one time, dude. And I don't even think me and Jennifer were married yet, but like they had like a gathering at her parents' house.
Yeah.
And I got so drunk with her uncle on the porch, dude. Just there drinking. I mean, I'm just trying to like feel comfortable. Like I'm out of my comfort zone. So me and her uncle on the porch just drinking, dude. And I'm catching a buzz, man. I'm feeling good. Well, so
She
think it
shows
was-
back up and his fingers in your ass.
You're good. You're good.
I like this
He's
one.
like, yeah, he's good.
Yo,
He's a team player.
I think he's welcoming me, baby.
And her, I think it was like her aunt and her aunt. They were out there on the porch. So I'm over here on the bench in the porch, and they're like by the door smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there listening to them talk, and I start playing games like that. I go, man, shut up. And I look, they didn't hear me. I'm like, shut up. And I keep going louder and louder, dude. And just to entertain myself, you know. And then finally I go, man, shut up. And then they look at me, and I go, you know, I just kind of play it on like, all right. I try to count how many times I can say it before somebody hears me, dude.
I was
I guarantee
talking
you,
to
man. They're
himself.
like, hey, your boyfriend sucks, man. You're telling us to shut up over there.
Well, I trip out on that one time you said that you, her tia, you said that y'all got the same barber or some shit like that. And she was like, shut up, she heard you.
I feel so bad because
Was her hair all fucked
she
up?
I go, oh, Dios, they got the taper from Navarrete. They got that taper fade. And then Jen's like, hey, shut up. She heard you. And I go, oh, my bad. But I think, like, maybe I don't hear as good as I think, you know? And that's why I'm.
Well, you fucking got earbuds at full blast for like, what, 8 hours in your ear?
10 hours a
Yeah,
day,
your
6 days
fucking
a
hearing
week.
is fucked.
Because Jennifer tells me that all the time. She's like, hey, you're way louder than what you think you are. And I'm like, all right, you know, my bad.
Shut up.
Yeah, like, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Look at Robo.
Fuck, man.
That
This-
reminds me. Did you ever see that clip of that dude? The way he just said "shut up" is that he was getting interviewed and he goes, "Turned it down." He's a rapper. Oh, dude, it went viral. It was he was talking about how he had a scholarship to play, or they were wanted him to go to like some college in Jacksonville, and he turned it down to go after his dream. You never saw that?
For $2 million?
Yeah, and then he keeps
yeah.
going like changing. He goes, "Turned it down." Turned it down.
He said, I can't remember how it went, but he's like, got scholarship. They offered me like $2 million, and this was before like NIL and type of shit. And you're like, shut the fuck up.
And that dude's like, "What are you doing here?" He goes, "I have to follow my dream." Turned it down. Turned it down.
Dude, this has been fun, man. We can go on from fucking more. We're clocking at 2 hours now, so
Turned it down.
yeah,
Turned it down.
Turned it down.
Jeremy, you got any last words, bro?
Man, hey, peace to all the prostitutes and sex workers out there. Appreciate y'all.
Shout out to
Bonus
Clapper.
titties.
Hey,
Shout out to Clapper.
shout out to Clapper.
Shout out to bonus
Hey.
titties.
Bonus titties. Hospital secretly bonus. Nah, just like, nah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That wasn't me. But yeah, nah.
Thomas,
Always be good to yourself and be good to others, man.
Ramos.
Thanks for having me. It's all good, brother. All good. It's always a good time.
Shut it down.
I was tripping out. I really was, because I always have topics and shit, and then I'm like, you know, I think I have a panel where we can just fucking wing it.
That was actually good,
yeah.
bro.
And
That
like I
was,
said, we
off the
could have
top.
gone for 2 more fucking
yeah,
hours.
that was cool, man.
But shout out my sponsors. Shout out Diggity Burrito, Patriot Painted Construction. Shout out KJ Aesthetics and RL Creations. Until next time, guys. Read some books!